Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Dungeons, Dice and Dudes, where we take those three things, mix them together, and sometimes magic will happen. He's compensating for missing energy today. I am your DM, Briggsy. I am joined by the illustrious George, who plays Sabine, the magnificent Rob, who plays Ulysses, and sexy, hot, random guest, Mark.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Cool. This is where we acknowledge the fact that one, Big D's gone, two, Little Si's gone.
Little Si, he is not going to appreciate that.
I love that.
Not one bit.
It's strictly pronounced Lil.
Little Si.
Yeah.
Like little.
Little Si.
Little Si.
Little Si.
Little Si.
Oh, mate, the middle aisle.
That's hot.
That is hot. Anyway, yeah, they're not here, so tough tits. Anyway, hey Rob, do you want to talk about social media?
Yeah. So normally you'd have the illustrious Si giving you this spiel, and he'd throw some bits in. He'd be saying, I've got some cool reference to a niche film. I'm not going to give you any of that guff. I'm going to cut straight to the bone and tell you, on your platform of choice, you can find us on DDandD Pod. It's all letters. There's no numbers. Nice and easy. If you're interested in listening to us primarily, podcast style, there's a bunch of platforms that we're on. We're on Apple Podcasts, we're on Spotify, Stitcher, Overcast, Google Podcasts. There's more. This isn't my gig, but you know what? It's likely we're on your preferred platform of choice. Search DDandD Pod, and I guarantee you'll have an okay time.
We'll be there.
We'll be there.
Smiling, ready and waiting.
Just guys being dudes. What's better than that?
Just dudes being guys. Nothing's better than that.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
I think it's probably record.
Are you
time
crying?
as well.
Is that a tear?
It's the tier of just exhaustion. George, I think you have like video stuff.
Yeah.
Do you?
I always.
You sounded uncertain.
Yeah, there's something in there. Absolutely. So whether you want to watch us live or just want to watch us frolicking about as a VOD, because that happens, you can either search for DDandD Pod on Twitch. If you've already done that, you're probably watching. Give them a wave. Hello. Give them a wave, everybody.
Hi.
That's it. They love that.
The raw wave.
Yeah. Oh yeah, because
Tis the season.
Yeah.
This is the season. So drop us a follow, subscribe. I don't know how it works, but just follow us basically on Twitch, or search Dungeons, Dice and Dudes on YouTube, and you can see us there. And also DDandD Pod on TikTok for all the fun and frivolity of TikTok.
Yeah, this guy does some good work. I'm a fan of your most recent one, which mainly stars me. It's great.
Is there a correlation there, or just
completely just random?
Yeah,
A bit much into it, no?
Yeah, just really,
Coincidence.
no, that's fair enough.
Yeah, that's good. You
watch
do
it.
good stuff.
I do things. They exist.
Chapters as well.
Lovely stuff.
Yeah.
And so, download's not it. So I'm going to talk to you about Thinking Critically, a D&D discussion, a discussion show with different guests each episode, where we take a single concept or idea and discuss what that means within the D&D framework and wider RPG stuff. This is just from his website. I can't remember it because I normally tune him out. This most recent episode is it's that
Clearing the throat.
clearing the throat. It's Factions, where he is joined by Josh Lee. I'm just going to shorten it. Glenn, and they are the hosts of Tabletop Journeys. Woo! Check that out if you want to spice up your mind.
Spice up your mind.
Classic.
Classic. Spice Girls track.
Yeah. That's it. So go do that. And then finally, of course, we are and I'm going to say it every week, even though it annoys people, we are still ambassadors for Game Tea. They refuse to drop us because they know eventually it's got to pay out. So if you want to, buy like a big die, here's a big die. Slide with another set of dice, maybe a digital map.
There's a dice.
There you go, that's a dice.
There it is.
Well, actually, that's a die.
That's a dice right there. It's blocking your view as well.
This one's got an eyeball in it.
Yeah, eyeballs in there.
Yeah. You can see that there.
You're blocking my shot.
Sorry, Dad.
Maybe digital maps or like some T-shirts. Oh, actually, like this T-shirt. There you go. Just unintentional. Hoodies, bags,
All sorts of stuff.
whatever you want. They've probably got it. Well, to an extent. But yeah, if you do fancy any of that, then head on over there and use discount code TheBrucey. That's right, not DDandD. Oh, I think that there's some framing stuff. Not DDandD or anything like that, but TheBrucey, that's TheBrigsy, just letters, and get 5% off of your entire order. And also we have Patreon.
Oh, we have a Patreon.
Yeah, we have Patreon. It's like, I think it's just Dungeons, Dice and Dudes. If you want to support us, chuck in a buck. If you want to get access to some shout outs, chuck in more bucks. And if you want to be like an NPC, chuck in even more bucks. Whack, pounds.
Viva.
Do a gritty. I think that's everything. Mark doesn't want to plug anything because he's off the grid.
I have nothing to plug.
Yeah.
Who are you? What are you about? What's your political preferences? Just get it all out now on camera.
What are your thoughts on the coronation?
Oh, shit.
Nah, you don't have to answer that.
But you guys have played together before, right?
Oh, yes.
What
Yeah.
about that? That's good.
There you go. Yeah. What do we do?
What do we do?
Yeah.
A couple of games.
Yeah.
Little Tales of Wildmount.
Yeah. So yeah, it's just like for beginners, kind of. If you're newer to D&D, we run a little set of games called Wet and Salty.
Wet and Salty.
But it's officially titled Tales from Wildmount as like a little like anthology series, and yeah, it's fun time. Just letting people dip their toes in. I don't kill anybody.
We were talking about this a second ago, right?
Yeah.
He literally killed the first time player.
Yeah. First time.
People.
No,
No.
but player characters.
That happened to Matt Dent as well, so it seems like hairy.
Yeah, and Size had how many characters under you as DM?
Look, let's look at it this way. If players make bad choices, they need to learn. Life doesn't give you lemons. It gives you a fist with lemons wrapped around it and then punches you repeatedly until you go down.
Sock with bars of soap in, just wham, wham, wham. That is your DM style.
Nah. You've
you're...
not died?
I've not died.
Yeah.
I died.
I
I've not died.
Yeah.
It's always the first time for everything.
God. I don't think I could handle what Emily would do to me if I killed Sabine.
Yeah, I'd be a broken person, so, Don't do it.
Hey.
Don't do it.
Hey, plot armor.
Oh, that plot armor. Real thing. Real thing.
Emotional armor. Anyway, we're going to start this session with a recap, just the way we do it every other time.
Oh, yeah.
Now let me fumble for music. Music. There you go.
There it is.
Sorry, it's going to get weird. In the last session, the Forsaken had taken to the skies after learning some vital information regarding Owain's past and potential future, endeavoring to wrap up their affairs on Waysan. On their way to Stonehaven, a portal opened on the deck of the ship. Lanex, flanked by the undead bodies of Mordefus and Frederick, stepped through in full battle dress and immediately began to charge the players, initially putting the group on the back foot with his speed and ferocity, Sabine was able to keep him at bay, getting some vital shots into some soft parts. What? This drove
Yeah, keep it up, man.
this drove
enjoying
him
it.
back into a sphere of darkness, goading people to come to him. With Ulysses and Roland going toe-to-toe, whilst the others were hindered, not being able to see him or the others, Mortiphus and Frederick focused on attacking the ship's engines. After Quinn managed to take out Frederick, Lanex began to retreat through the portal after taking down Ulysses. And as Mortiphus took the second to last engine out, it caused the ship to begin to descend towards the Hainch Forest below. Whew.
Where the heck did that come from?
Wow, that was unexpected.
That came from 3 sips of cider.
I mean, I liked it.
Yeah, I'm not against it.
That's my, I put that in audition in for reading the Lord of the Rings books again.
That'd be good.
Yeah, replacing what's his name? Gobbly Boy.
Gobbly boy.
Yeah, what's his name? Circus, there you go.
Andy Serkis.
Yeah,
Circle jerkers.
get wrecked. Anyway, wind, snow, just the constant sound of. That's all you hear as Sabine and Ulysses, you are plummeting towards the earth with the sight of the reckoning slowly kind of crashing through into the far distance. After a couple of seconds of tumbling, do you do anything?
Yes. How far is Sabine from me?
Sabine from you, like 60 feet.
Okay, I will do my best to move myself in the air to get to within 30 feet of Sabine. If I need to roll for that, I will. If not, then...
Sure. Make an athletics check.
15.
15. You start to kind of throw your arms a little bit. And as you do, you start to lose sight of Sabine as she descends below the tree line, as you feel branch after branch smash into various parts of your body, your ribs, your arms. Sabine, you actually feel as you collide into a thicker branch, you feel your legs snap. You, as Ulysses, as you kind of smash into various bits of tree, you have the brush kind of breaking into your face, and you can feel bits of tears on your skin. You actually feel something puncture into your abdomen, and you.
Oh, it's on the cart. Do something about it.
Sure, what do you do?
Oh, as I'm going through the air, first of all, she's just thinking, why does this keep fucking happening to us? Second, she's going to try and cast Unseen Servant to just wrap around her in an attempt to create some kind of force field layer for impact.
Sure. What are the components for that?
Verbal, semantic, and so
Cool.
everything.
So you cast the spell, and you, as you're plummeting through,
Just telepathically,
yeah.
hug me or something to this unseen servant.
Yeah, you just this vaguely humanoid-looking face, just as you whack, smash through the trees and collide with the earth, and you both black out. And as some time passes, can I get both of you to roll initiative for me?
16.
So 21.
Is this initiative against Earth? Initiative against the ground.
Wait.
That's 100 damage.
It wins every time.
Well, so we'll start with you.
Yeah.
You awake. Make a perception check for me.
Be a 9.
9. As you as you begin to like slowly press yourself up, your entire body is in tremendous amounts of pain. It's possibly the sorest you've ever been. Everything feels broken, bruised, bloody. You can feel like as you start to press yourself up, you can feel like the trickling of blood inside your plate armor as it like starts to run down. So you're currently at 1 hit point. And there is a little bit of snow that kind of drifts off of you as the snow has begun to pick up a little bit, slightly obfuscating your view. But you can see that there's just in a forest, quite dense. The snow, because it's picked up a little bit and there's a bit of wind as well, it kind of stops you from being able to see terribly far. But yeah, just beat to shit. You can actually see, if you look up, you can see where some of the treetops a little bit further along have been like kind of smashed off a little bit by some of the debris. But yeah, that's your current situation.
Looking up through the canopy, I can't see the reckoner.
No.
Is there any sense of like trail smoke or anything like that?
At this point now, no. It's been with the snow falling off of you. You can surmise that some time has passed.
Okay.
You've been unconscious for a little bit, and it's a little bit darker as well.
Quick question, in terms of lay on hands, would having gone down and then come back up reset that? It seems to have done it here, but I don't know if that's...
I think it would be when you finish a long rest that it comes back.
Yeah. So I know I had 5 left, so I'm going to give myself 5 HP, just kind of hold my neck and be like...
Yeah, as you kind of place your hands upon your neck and you kind of feel that slight crackling energy, there's like the soft crackle, and then there's like a snap as something like goes back into place.
Okay. I'll be like, that's a little better. Sabine was falling. Okay. I'm going to cast Find Steed. And in a kind of misty blue crackling haze, good old Monty, my elk, appears. And I'll give him a very like ginger like hug around his neck and just be like, "Oh, it's good to see you, boy. We need to find Sabine. I don't know about the others. I'm not worried about the others just yet. We'll find them. We'll be okay. Help me out, would you?" And I'll kind of like put my arms around his neck.
And he kind of like raises, kind of strains out his front legs. As you do get up, you can feel almost like your kneecap pop a little bit, just from the weight of your plate armor on your knee.
And I'll kind of give him a pat on like the chest and like drape myself around his neck and just kind of like in my broken state just be like, she can't be far. And kind of instruct Monty just to like search the area.
Cool. So either you can make 2 individual rolls, or if you want to have Monty give you advantage, or you give Monty advantage, this would be a survival check to try and find silence blizzard. To try and find Sabine in this shit show.
It will be the same regardless because we're both +0. So I'll just roll with advantage. For me, a 5 and a 7.
That was a 7. Unfortunately, there doesn't appear to be any immediate signs of Sabine within the vicinity. You kind of like trot around and just kind of slowly do like a slightly widening circle, but either there's been too much snow or there's just too much debris in the air to kind of allow you
Really
to
well
kind of
see
spot.
through properly.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll shout as best I can. Sabine!
Sabine, you hear as you kind of start to come to. There's like a bit of like white stuff on your eyes.
Okay. Interesting. Please continue with the description of the white stuff. I'm desperate to know.
It's kind of flaky,
Like-
wet.
Like snow.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
Sure, it's not.
That's reassuring. It's a bukkake.
But yeah, and you can see as you kind of like wipe it out of your eyes. You can see that it is like snowing, but even like the sound, like you can see that there's like a speed to the snow that falls, and there's like a wind, but it's all like kind of muted somewhat.
So Sabine is going to check for an unseen servant, see if it is there still. With its AC of 10, no.
No, you.
Fucker got pulverized.
As you kind of hit like some of the first branches, you kind of rotated round, and you just saw its like vacant kind of humanoid face give you a soft smile as you like went gut first into a tree branch and caused him to dissipate. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. She's going to kind of commando crawl for a little bit. I imagine she's on. And then try and stand up as best she can and just be like, fuck's sake.
So just as a point of order, you're also at 1 hit point.
Okay.
And as you go to put like weight on your leg, you can see like there's like a bit of bone that starts to tear through your leather trousers. And you like let out a scream, at which point you see Sabine kind of like rising out of some like a bit of a snow bank.
And she throws up.
Yeah, so
Looking at her legs, she's like,
I don't even need to give Monty the little heel kick to be like, come on, let's go. He just moves because he knows what we're looking for. And as we get close, I hop off, now realising I don't have any lay on hands left.
look at my knee!
Oh, fuck.
All you hear is
Oh, from
from your own perspective.
then just be like really loud because she doesn't realise. I think my hearing's fucked.
Possibly.
Look at my knee. Look at my trousers. They're ruined. For fuck's sake.
So what I'm going to do is get out of my bag.
Whilst he's doing that, I'm going to try and see if I can spot the ship. Obviously, there's no dice, but
Yeah. No,
Monster
make a perception check.
ooh, it's an 18 plus 11, so that's 29.
29. You can't see any ship. You do see that it is starting to get a little bit darker. As I think it was maybe like getting closer towards sunset when the last session started, I think. But yeah, it's starting to get a little bit darker. The wind has kind of picked up a little bit, and there's a significant amount of snowfall. And just based on that perception check, whilst you can't really hear anything, when you do try to hear, you can feel like you're blocked. So that might be why. But other than that, you don't see anything immediately within your vicinity. Like there's just these like columns of thick tree trunks that just like extend out in every direction.
The view is just
And there is like a slow bits of scattered wood, just wooden debris that seems to be heading off in a northeasterly direction.
Starting from the top of that pointed ears, you can just work her way down and try and see if there's anything stuck in her actual ear.
Okay.
For now.
As you do that, you feel something come loose, and as you pull your finger out, a load of blood starts to pour out of your ear, and it slowly trickles, and then eventually it's like when you've got bath water trapped in your ear, and you're like, oh yeah.
So it's not the white stuff.
Yeah.
Like not logs, but like thick sticks.
Yeah, there's plenty of them around, and especially where you two have fallen, like, because you've come over to where Sabine and fallen, there's loads of them that are just like
So
dotting
I'm gonna grab
around.
one that's about leg, or like, leg length, and shout at Sabine because I don't know that she can hear me yet. It's like, hold still, this is probably going to hurt.
Oh, but it's just no, it's fine. I can hear you again.
Okay.
Just there was like blood.
And I'm going to find a
Like-
smaller stick, but bite down on this.
Right.
I'm sorry. I'm by no means a medic, but I'm going to get the hempen rope that I've got, cut off a few short lengths, and create like a splint for her leg.
Cool. Make a medicine check for me.
Can I reverse check his medicine check whilst he's doing it, just to see if like what he's doing
You can
looks
make
good?
an insight check.
An inside check is
Yeah.
How much do I need to buy?
Yeah. Is this going to be a good job or a bad job? 16 from me.
15.
So you start to do it, and it does hurt. Like resetting a bone is fucking painful. But whilst that is at the forefront in the back of your head, you're like, this dude all right.
He's good.
Electrically.
Yeah.
Not my specialty, but I know a thing or two.
So yeah, taking the exposed bone and like kind of shoving it back in,
Oh fuck!
And then
and you actually feel like a little bit of like bone on bone scraping as it goes back into place.
But then
Just a little bit sick. I've run out because I just threw up a minute ago. Just a little dribble.
Yeah, but yeah, you've got now 2 like logs, or a log like tied to like the top of your thigh, and then like your calf holding it in place.
Thank you. Ulysses.
That's I wish I could do more. I'm tapped.
I've got nothing either for anything. How are you looking? Can I look him over? Is he fucked?
Make a medicine check.
It's a natural 1, so...
I mean,
I'm gonna die.
Yes.
there's purple coloration to most of his face. You can see that there's blood leaking out of his plate armor. And what has not been removed yet, a fairly sizable, about that long, about that thick piece of wood that's just like jutting out of his lower abdomen.
I'm no cleric, but you shouldn't have that inside you.
I fear removing it may do more harm than good at this point.
Who knows? If you want me to pull it out.
Not for the time being.
Okay.
Because you've done lay on hands, it's not like pissing out blood, but it's...
There's a fuck off splinter in there.
Yeah. Your body will push it out over time.
Yeah.
That's how splinters work. Yeah.
That's the...
It'll work itself out.
You can see that there's like, because the snow, the floor is white, you can see that there's various like speckles of blood, portions of blood, and as you kind of stand here kind of assessing your situations, you can just hear enough and listen.
Oh, for fuck's sake!
Okay.
Can we get a break?
I'm gonna attempt, it might be futile, to lift her up onto my shoulders.
It's okay, I can...
No, there's the upper...
I can... I can walk.
No.
Where's Monty? Is Monty here?
Yes, he's right there.
Oh, okay.
I'll like, do a little whistle and get Monty over.
Just kind of...
And I'll kind of like hoist Sabine up onto his back.
Thank you.
and then climb up myself. And looking at the trees and stuff, do we try and find the ship, I suppose?
Wait, okay, we were heading to... Did I ever get a chance to see the ships at all, like, its, like, map, where it was heading? I was with the captain at one point smoking suits, so, you know...
Yes, which would make you not remember what you saw, but I don't think...
Oh, and I've still got that as a thing as well.
You do for today.
Yeah.
Yeah, until you get a long rest.
Yep.
Listen, they can go away there.
That perception check that you rolled earlier, just roll again for me.
Yeah. 8 plus 11, so 19.
Still pretty good. Still pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Quinn didn't have you down as a navigator, I don't think he gave you that job role.
I was on top of the thing looking ahead though.
Did he specifically say that you were a navigator? I mean, I don't know. I don't remember.
I said to him, I remember saying I was good at looking ahead, so...
Okay, so we'll assume that he gave you the navigator role, because I thought you were first mate.
I was first mate, but I remember taking the crow's nest to look ahead as well.
But
I had the eyeglass thing.
Yeah, so that was just you looking out. That doesn't mean...
I didn't know which way we were going.
Yeah.
Where you've been, just like.
Yeah.
But because your perception check earlier, you did roll high enough to see that there were little bits of debris kind of sparsely spread out in like a northeasterly direction.
Cool. So I would say we should probably head that way, because look, and I point out that there are bits. So chances are the ship went that way.
Yeah.
Not that they'll be in a better place than we are, but
Well, I think the sooner we find our companions, the better. Or at least some shelter. If we find anywhere on the way that might give us some...
rest.
Okay.
How dark is it at this point?
It's pushing past dusk. You've probably got like another hour and a half before it's just pitch black.
Let's do that. Let's just keep going for a little while and make some ground and then maybe stop. Because you're fucked, I'm fucked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do have a tinderbox and torch in my adventuring gear. Can I attempt to light said torch?
Yeah.
So we've got a bit of ambient light around us so we can see.
Yeah, plus you've got... I mean, it's not anywhere near as much as a torch, but even just Monty's presence gives like a faint, like 5 foot glow just around you.
It's probably worth mentioning I've got dark vision, so none of that matters.
Don't take
So-
much of my word this.
At 1 hit point.
Just so you're aware,
Poke.
next campaign, dark vision actually just means that you can't see in the dark. You go
You
blind.
can only see in the dark. If it's bright, you're like,
Everyone has dark vision because it's
Yeah.
always a bit dark. It's a world of darkness, so it just is how people see.
Yes.
Cool. So you press on the back of Monty for the next kind of hour or so.
Yeah, looking out for either shelter or signs of the crash.
Yeah, so both of you make a perception check then.
One bit disadvantage, right?
Yes.
Cocked. Cool. 16.
27.
27. Yeah.
17.
17. Yeah, as the wind continues to fall, no, the wind continues to blow, but the snow continues to fall. It's still hard to make out too much past a certain distance, but every now and again, as you're like continuing to press forwards at a pace, you just see the odd bit of debris, like a bit of wood. After like about an hour, you find like an arm.
Trying to lean over off of Monty. Can I try and grab it and
Sure. Yeah.
see what it is?
Yeah.
Whose arm is it? Is it a human arm? Has it got colour to it?
Make an investigation check.
It's a left arm.
With disadvantage still, right?
Disadvantage.
Yeah. Investigation 14.
14. You vaguely remember one of the crew having part of a sleeve that looked like this, but most of it is covered in, like, soaked in blood.
Just wave at you with it. It's one of the crew's arms. So we're definitely on the right track.
Put that down.
Just drops it. Yeah.
But as you continue to go, after a little bit of time, you do find what looks to be like almost like a mound that has like a few roots coming out of the ground and into like a little hole.
Best of a shelter than. I mean.
This is probably as good as I've seen thus far.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's shack up.
And I will, use the torch to gather up some, there aren't any dry twigs because it's all been snowed on. But I'll, gather up small bits and pieces, prop the torch up kind of above it in an effort to dry it out, and then after a while try and start a little bonfire.
Yeah. You make a survival check for me.
8. Unless Sabine wants to help.
Yeah, Sabine, do you want to help?
I mean, yeah, I'd be more than happy to help.
What's your survival?
My survival is +1.
I'm 0, so we're kind of. I
If
can
I roll for it, I'll be at disadvantage.
8.
8. So
We're going to die!
as you kind of crouch down, Monty kind of goes down onto his his legs, but because of his translucent nature, he actually kind of blends in with the snow quite well.
Okay.
And as you go into this hole, it's a tight squeeze. Like you could maybe fit another person in here, but for the two of you, this is comfortable enough that you can get some sleep, and it will take you a while. It won't be a comfortable sleep because even just like drying out some of the wood and stuff takes
Take a while.
takes a bit, just because of the constant like wind drafts that come in. It kind of keeps
I would ask Monty to try and sit and be some kind of buffer if possible.
like across it.
Yeah.
Right.
Are you hungry?
Yeah, I'm kind of hungover, to be honest, from the sood. So,
Got some very old rations. And I imagine it's like hardtack type stuff, like kind of sailor bread, and just break off a bit
Yeah.
and hand it off.
thank you. Look, more lambless bread. Thank you. What does it taste like? Ass.
It's imagine like
What's wrong with that?
stale, unseasoned focaccia. So kind of like a bit bubbly, like imagine, kind of almost cakey, but there's no sweetness.
Yeah.
No sweetness at all. It's very dry, but it's something to eat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. Thank you. We're just not gonna get a break, are we?
That was humbling.
Yeah, that was pretty. Like, why? Like, we just got an airship,
Ganser's gonna
and now
kill
it's
us.
crashed.
Ganser's gonna kill us.
It wasn't our fault that he rocked up, but
No.
you know.
That's
Oh, fuck, she was on board.
Yeah, she was below deck. Sabine just starts crying, which you've not seen before.
No.
It's
I don't like. My instinct is to like hug, but I'm also like.
it's kind of ugly crying.
I'm also like that. I don't know if you'd want a hug. It's just like.
It's about 30 minutes, 2 minutes of crying, and she's like, anyway, I'll take first watch. You sleep. Because, you know, if something rocks up, you're more of a pincushion than I am, so it's probably better you get some health in faster than I do.
And I can psychically communicate with Monty, and I'll just say, if Sabine needs anything, do what she says. Not out loud, but yeah. And I'll say Monty will be there if you need him.
Thank you.
And I'll pull out I imagine what's a pretty tattered bedroll from my backpack because not the bag I'm holding, and be like, and kind of just roll it up and tuck it under my head. I'm not worried too much because I'm pretty
bonged up.
Yeah, and I'll just try and like sort of get fetal and thank you. For what it's worth, you were kind of the best case to be stuck with, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, because if it was like, if it was Quinn, he'd probably be dead already.
Or he'd float,
Like a heavy breeze and just.
He'd fly off.
Yeah,
He'd just
he
be
would.
like, bye.
I'm fine. Yeah, and
Oh, that was close.
and Owain, he'd just show you his like sex book thing.
You've seen it, right?
Yeah, it's weird.
I worry about that boy.
Gonna really, yeah, he needs to deal with that. Maybe when we fix his things, it'll all be better. But who
I
knows?
hope so. Yeah, good night.
Yeah, guess I'll see you in the morning. Maybe.
Well,
knowing our luck.
If anything happens, don't hesitate to wake me up. Well, yeah, go to sleep holding my sword. Just have it in my hand because I really don't trust that anything will go well.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Right. Could I get you to make a perception check with disadvantage?
Yeah. Roll big, baby. There's a natural 20 plus and an 11. So perception, did you say?
Yeah.
That's 22 total.
22. You kind of sit there for a little bit, just kind of peering over the translucent body of Monty.
I'll be stroking him occasionally. More for me. Not for Monty, just for comfort.
Yeah, and after a few minutes, the wind slowly starts to ease off a little bit. There is still the snow falling in the sky. You do see some creatures like dash across where you were originally walking. There's like a faint like spacing in between the trees. You see them like scurry across your field of view. That's about it, really.
As I'm coming to the end of my watch, which I don't really know how you track that, but I guess you would, right? I'm going to cast Unseen Servant yet again, and I'm going to say to the Unseen Servant, I'm going to sleep for an hour, and I want you to wake me up in an hour's time so that I can give Ulysses his watch. I think you did a relatively good job earlier of cushioning me on impact, so I'm gonna trust you with this. Don't fuck up. And yeah. Just cast it and just be like and just get an extra hour of sleep before I wake you up.
Okay.
Do they go to sleep?
I hope they don't fuck up. Now it says that it creates a mindless, shapeless medium force.
Yep. The same like smiles.
It's like no confidence. Like no confidence in this fucking thing.
It's able to carry out
Tasks.
structure.
Yeah.
It kneels there at the entrance of this hole, and yeah, just kind of kneels there and just
Yeah.
looks out.
Appears with a watch.
The only stats I've got are AC of 10, 1 hit point, strength of 2. It can't attack, so I can't even do a perception check for it.
Yep, it's just there.
Yeah.
Cool,
Brilliant.
lovely stuff.
Sure that'll work.
So, filled with confidence, you kind of take it easy and lie yourself down on the dirt floor in this hole in the middle of the woods, and you very easily fall asleep as it descends upon you. As you sleep, Mark, Could I possibly get you to describe your character as you are slowly making your way through the Hainch Forest?
So my character is a herringon, so a kind of rabbit humanoid sort of creature. He's sort of 6 foot, 180 pounds, kind of like slender, but like athletic, muscular build sort of thing. Obviously carrying a bow and arrow with a quiver, has a dark green cloak on, and a couple of braces as well. Just your classic, if you could describe a ranger. They were a ranger.
Looks like a ranger.
But with sort of dark grey hair, dark grey white kind of fur, and is called Malone.
So, as you're kind of braving the elements and making your way through the forest, can I get you to make a perception check for me?
That's 13.
13. Okay, not that hard. As you're making your way through this, through the forest, you see like a couple of creatures run like across your side. And as you kind of glance over, you're quickly distracted by what looks like a faintly luminescent, humanoid-esque looking person in the mouth of like a hole, just kneeling there and just staring. Almost looks like it's staring at you. You kind of move a little bit and it doesn't react. It's just knelt there.
So I will sort of, I guess, stealthily approach and just try, I guess, investigate what's kind of behind it, or try and see what's behind it.
Sure. As you push towards it, can I get you to make a stealth check for me?
That is 25.
25. I'm just double checking something for your ranger class, because you are in your
Element.
yes.
25's hot though. 25 hat.
An elk only has a passive perception of 10, so Monty wouldn't.
Nothing.
Yeah.
Also, unseen servant is technically invisible. So it'd be the elk.
But it's got the
You'd see
outline.
Monty, right?
It's got the outline.
Yeah.
There's a snowy outline around him there.
Invisible, mindless, shapeless, medium force. So, but Monty would definitely be in the.
Yeah.
So you'd probably see Monty more than my boy.
That's fine. This works better. So just so you're aware, whenever you make an intelligence or wisdom check, you get to double your proficiency for it.
Damn, Daniel.
Yes. Yeah, I think that's it. Yeah, lovely stuff. So you slowly begin to approach. As you do, yeah, it's not an elk. It's not an invisible man that you see. It's a luminescent elk, which, you know, odd still. And you...
It's really pretty.
Yeah.
Gorgeous.
You know, got like a blue. It's almost like you can see like faint electricity like flowing through him, despite him not moving. There's like a shimmer, and he's got these like almost like runic carvings like in his fur. But yeah, he's cool.
Stop the ship crashing at one point.
So you drop low and you start to approach, and there's various bits of like bushes and shrubs that you can kind of use to obfuscate your approach to it. Plus you've got a little bit of snow that's collected on your cloak as well, and your kind of natural fur kind of helps blend you in anyway. But yeah, as you approach,
Would I see obviously like the trail of blood as well, I guess?
as you do get a little bit closer, you can see faint bits. Actually, make a perception check for me. So whatever your proficiency is there. So what's your proficiency?
In perception,
Yeah.
set +7.
+7. And then what's your proficiency at the very top?
+4.
So you add another 4 to that.
Okay. So that's
So it'd be 11 plus whatever you rolled.
27.
27. You do see faint bits of blood. Like it's somewhat covered now because of the snow. But whatever would have left it here would have been heavily wounded. As you are kind of getting a little bit closer and taking your time, you do see there's like roots at the top. Does it have mass? Unseen servant, does it have mass?
Ooh, shapeless, medium, strength 2, AC of 10.
You'd imagine so, right? If it,
It can like interact with objects.
It can, yeah. It's got a strength of 2, so it's got to have some kind of
Okay.
corporeal.
Substance to it.
yeah.
As you're kind of taking your time and slowly approaching, you eventually kind of get a certain distance away. Up to you how far you are in feet.
I assume I'm probably about 20 feet away by this point. Trying to obviously understand what's going on. Obviously seeing an elk that's kind of glowing blue isn't the typical thing you would see in this forest.
Not the norm.
Yeah.
After a little bit, you see some of the roots towards the mouth of the of this hole move slightly.
Okay.
They were just to wake him up, right?
What?
Your unseen servant after like an hour.
Yeah. To wake up if it saw anything, but also then wake him up after an hour. So if it sees anything. But with that stealth roll, it probably doesn't. So
Does it have any bonuses?
no.
Just roll a d20.
13.
So as you're approaching, after a little bit of time, you see the kind of roots just move slightly, and you are just kind of. Is it waking you up or waking him up? Cool. So you're asleep. You just feel like kind of nudged a little bit, and there's just just nothing there, mate.
Again, I've got hold of my sword, so I'm just there like.
Sabine's out cold sleeping.
I don't like this at all. Monty, have you seen anything? We're not alone in this forest, Monty. What time is it?
It's pitch black
Yeah.
outside. You can see like maybe because of the glow of Monty and the faint bit of fire that you've got from your torch, you see maybe 10 feet outside, and then it just almost like gets enveloped in darkness.
Yeah. I'll kind of shuffle forward a bit and like kind of gingerly like climb over Sabine, so she's like further back than I am. And I'll just kind of sit near Monty, sword kind of not pommeled down because it's
Not
breaks
quite,
it,
yeah.
but kind of like just across my lap and just there like rubbing my eyes, looking. Oh, this is fucked, bud. This is truly like. Oh, well, you know, I went to heaven. Like I went up. This is. Goodbye. And just so I'll keep watch.
Cool. So make a perception check for me.
It's a 2.
Hard to see anything. Combine that with the fact that you're also pretty bleary-eyed from just having just been woken up by nothing. Not the best of situations. What was your perception check? I think it was like
27.
Yeah. You see a little bit of movement behind this elk. You can kind of see through it, but it's somewhat obfuscated. It's like looking through a misted pane of glass. You can see something move, but that's about it.
I would have my fur cloak like up over my head.
Okay. You see something slightly furry move behind this like opaque elk.
I guess I probably wouldn't be able to. Would I be able to make an insight check to see if it's kind of like something that would be dangerous or?
Certainly try.
That is 18.
Plus another 4, so 22.
Oh, that was with the plus 4.
Oh, that was?
Yeah.
What was your roll?
7.
Oh, right. Okay.
7 and so.
I will stop reminding you of that. It's a good roll, but even at this distance, it's kind of hard to tell any intent or anything like that. It doesn't seem to be reactive to you, so you can at least take solace in that it doesn't seem to know that you're there. But other than that, I can't really tell too much.
I'll probably just push forward some more then, just obviously very inquisitive of what's happening in the forest.
Yeah. So you continue to push forward until you get to a point where there's nothing in between where you are, like you're behind a tree, and then there's just space, and then there's the entrance to the hole. You haven't done anything to break your stealth roll from last time, so you're still just crouching up.
But at some point I might lean forward and try and get a handful of snow and like try and drink it.
Yeah.
Just to get that like net mouth. Yeah.
You see what looks like a kind of like a third figure with like a dark blue and purple face, hair around the jaw. It's weird. You see it scoop up some snow and seem to like start sucking on it.
Kind of like holding it to melt it.
Yeah. It's taking nourishment from snow. There you go. That's
doing well. It's doing well. Cool. So probably hidden behind the tree, I'd probably just get my bow out ready. You never know, something's injured. Might be pretty on action.
I haven't healed yet, have I? More resting.
You got 6 hit points, haven't you?
Yes. Yeah.
But I say like it's not kind of cocked and ready. It's more of just like a you never know kind of.
Yeah, like taking it off your back and arrow just there, just in case. Cool. Yeah. Well, I mean, it's up to you. It doesn't seem to be reacting to your presence. There's nothing else in the vicinity. It's pretty quiet. It's getting a little bit cold. Like you're somewhat used to this, but even for yourself, you would have to either make camp in the trees or in, if you can find shelter elsewhere. So it's up to you what you want to do.
So are you just outside of the hole?
I'm kind of at the mouth of it.
At the mouth,
yeah. And then Monty's like across it, and I'm there like kind of sort of across my lap, like leaning on him to a degree, and just like trying to look out, but not doing a particularly good job because I'm very tired and hurty.
I'm assuming I would have seen that airship kind of.
So yes, earlier in the day you did see that there was just this like very loud like as like a ship of some sort flew overhead from where you were. That was like maybe like a mile or 2 away. So it's taken you a little bit of time to get to its like path.
Yeah.
But yeah, you would have seen that.
So I'm gonna, from sort of behind the tree, almost call out and just be there and say kind of you alright there, bud?
From the darkness, someone asks you a question.
Again, sword not ready, but I've got my hand on the hilt. Am I imagining you?
And I guess I'll sort of take down my hood and sort of appear from kind of behind the tree, just to it's in like the least menacing way as you can, kind of like.
So in a very docile reveal, but still about 15 feet from where you are, a person presents themselves. Well, a humanoid presents themselves to you.
And I kind of stumble back a little bit instinctively. Again, sword not drawn, but it's just held. Hand on Monty. Who are you? What do you want? We have no food.
You didn't happen to come from that ship up there, did you?
Please tell me you had nothing to do with it.
Oh, I'm just in this forest. It's so this is kind of where I'm from. But who are you?
Well, this is Monty. Say hello, Monty. And I'll kind of give him a little bit of a kick. And Monty gets up, and there's if you've ever seen an elk, they're big. It's like yeah, and there's now an elk between you and I. And I'm a friend. Forgive me, we've been through a lot, and I'm not sure I'm in the trusting mood.
I guess I'd make a perception check to see if he's lying.
So you can make an insight check.
Insight check.
If you want to get an idea of him.
25.
25.
Yeah, I'm distrustful because I'm in a bad way. Like it's because I can't risk an altercation. So I'm just kind of like, we don't. I don't want to fight. I don't want to fight. I'm jumping to assuming that because everything's gone wrong.
So yeah,
Everything wants to kill me.
You feel pretty confident that he's not mincing his words. If you want to make a perception or a medicine check to try and get an idea of his self.
So perception. 22.
22. Are you still in the mouth of the hole? Yeah. So in a crouch position, you can see that heavy plate armor, but it is stained with blood. You can see that there's like purplish blue skin to his face, but his hands are like pale, and regular. Caucasian.
Regular hair.
Yeah, no extra fun. Nothing like that. It's not backwards or furry.
Lobster.
Not bruised.
Yeah. And you can see that there's blood, but does seem well armoured and has a big sword.
I mean you no harm. I see you're pretty beat up already, and I'll kind of like put my sort of arrow away, kind of trying to disarm almost any sort of tension.
Can I roll insight?
Sure.
17 plus 4, 21.
Yes.
So I'm reading it correctly. It's, cool.
Yes.
So yeah, I'll kind of stab my sword into the snow and stand up and stretch, and you hear 1,000 cracks with the stretch. It's just like, my companion is sleeping in the hole. I didn't catch your name, friend. Sorry.
I'm alone. Yeah, I've grown up in these forests, so I kind of know the lay of the land, and I was just tracking a monster or two. And next thing I know, I see some huge fucking ship just come crashing down. So we've got to make our way to you guys. And
that was our ship. We were, as insane as it sounds, attacked midair by someone that outmatched us pretty severely, and they took us down quite literally. It wasn't a soft landing, as you can probably see.
for sure. I mean, I've had a couple rough and tumbles, but I've never looked as bad as you.
I won't take it personally.
Is there anybody else with you?
Yeah, it's just my companion, Sabine. I'm Ulysses, by the way.
Nice to meet you.
Do you have anything to drink?
Oh, of course. I'll just have some water on me.
Yeah,
so I'm just gonna
thank you.
hand it over.
Give it a good glug, and then I think I appreciate it. Hand it back.
I mean, I don't mean to scare you, but you landed in a pretty prickly place.
Good, of course we did. Well, listen, if this is a reasonable place for us to sleep, then we're trying to get some rest so that we're better prepared to find that airship. Well, formerly airship.
Bit more of a ground ship.
Yes, it's a forest. That said, if there's somewhere nearby that you know of that would be safer, we would welcome the...
I mean, I could definitely lead you to somewhere a little bit better than a tree stump to camp, that's for sure. I mean, it is kind of on me to look after things in this forest and kill the ones that aren't so good, so I'll be happy to
It would be in your
help
head.
you out.
A moment, and I'll head over to I'd like kind of stick my head in and be like, Sabine!
Do I wake up? I'm pretty.
No,
Nope.
don't wake up.
I'll give her a little nudge with my foot.
Still nothing.
She's died.
So,
And your dad.
The rolling
try
death
and
saves.
like lift her up.
Oh, what the?
Yeah, that'll do it.
When your inner ear feels you moving in your
Yeah.
sleep. What the fuck?
I'm going
What?
to try and gently put her on the back of Monty.
Did the unseen servant fuck up?
No,
I swear to God.
I'll pick
Wait,
up.
who the fuck's this?
This is Malone.
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 He's a
Hi.
denizen of the forest, and it says there's somewhere safer for us to rest.
Insight check. Just woken up.
Who are you? Where you taking
You
me?
can do an inside check. I'll say you can do a persuasion or a
Assist, if you
deception, but don't tell us which one it is. 4
It's a 4 total, so.
with disadvantage.
Oh, no. Could get worse. It was a 12, so yeah, it's a 4.
Do I get the proficiency with that as well? Or not?
Not for charisma, no.
So that would just be a 7.
So still hard to read. But Ulysses seems to believe them. So.
Seems above board. He approached slowly and calmly and gave me something to drink.
Rabbit folk?
A rabbit.
Have I ever seen rabbit folk before? From my time in Taikahan and...
No. But you are familiar with more like reptilian races, so it's not
Like a
the
Yahtzee
most
or something.
bizarre thing to see.
Cool.
Yeah. We've seen a guy that looks like a lion, so I'm not.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm just like, oh, it's a talking rabbit guy. Okay.
Yeah, just one.
Fantasy land.
Yeah, it's magic. Okay, cool, I guess. Nice to meet you.
Oh, nice to meet you. Like I said to him, it's up to me to look after the forest. It's been generations, so my father did it before me, passed it on to me. So got this funky cloak as part of the job. So
Nice. And did you see us crash? Did you see us?
oh yeah, saw you come right down. Jeez.
Yeah. That's why I'm like this. Points at leg in splint. Pretty fucked.
I thought he looked bad, but you're looking a little bit worse.
Yeah. Feel like shit.
Put your arms on the back of Monty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That would be good.
And as I'll go over to Sabine and kind of like dust her off. And as I do that, I'll cast Cure Wounds, just like that.
Okay.
First level.
Yeah. So if you roll the die for that.
So you get 9 hits.
Goddamn.
Better than me already.
Anything crack back into place?
Not so much cracks back into place, but you do feel like almost like the bone fuse. So whereas before it was like kind of rubbing slightly every time you put pressure on it, it feels a lot more solid now.
Thank you.
But as opposed to the kind of crackling blue energy and the faint kind of teal colour for Owain. What colour is your magic?
It's like a green, kind of misty.
Yeah. So it's almost like a little healing spell. Like, that's done.
And I'll turn around and put my hand on Ulysses' shoulder and kind of do the same as well. That's a 4.
I'll take it.
We'll take what we can get right now.
And I say it's kind of like, as I say, these forests aren't that great, so I need you. I know you're not going to be fighting much, but can't have you too much of a liability as we get through here.
Thank you, that's very kind.
Yeah. I'm still on a bit of a soothe hangover, so pretty useless, so I appreciate that.
So where are you thinking of taking them? You can either take them back to where you live, or if you want to just make a survival check to try and find them a better place to kind of
Yeah, we'll just make a
bed down.
survival check.
Cool.
So that is 26.
26. As opposed to a hole in the ground, despite it being dark, despite your vision being somewhat kind of obfuscated by the elements, you do find. Sorry.
My leg clicking back into place.
You do actually find a larger, thicker tree that's been like kind of split somewhat, and you can actually climb up into it, and there's like enough space that you can kind of bed down, and like you'll be laying at an angle, but you've got enough room that you can all kind of like fan out, and yeah, it's a little bit raised from the ground, so you're not as likely to be kind of sniffed at by anything. It gives you a better vantage point of the surrounding forest too. And we can roll into that, you can find enough elements, despite it being wet and sodden, to give you some cover from the elements. Lovely stuff. Cool. So, yeah, surprisingly, well, maybe not surprisingly, but very adeptly, your Malone manages to forage and kind of just wait here, goes off, does a load of things, comes back and prepares almost like a quick time treehouse made, sorted.
That's pretty good.
This is certainly preferable to a hole.
Yeah. Did you get woken up by my thinking?
Yeah, there's something in there with us.
Okay, just checking.
You did that?
Yeah.
Oh, God's sake.
It's been pretty useless in the past, but I'm just checking it did something.
I was ready to murder.
Oh, okay.
I did,
That's good. That's kind of...
Well,
yeah.
it's terrifying.
Oh, okay. I won't do it again.
It worked.
Good.
So,
That's it then.
Yeah.
Good.
Just a heads up would be.
Yeah, okay. I'll let you know later.
As you kind of situate yourselves in this tree that's kind of almost like a backwards hand, you'll begin to fall asleep. Do you take watch or do you
I'll take watch.
Cool. So if you roll a perception check, you two get to head to sleep.
And Monty will kind of patrol down at the base.
Nice.
I again psychically would say to Monty, keep an eye on our new friend. He seems okay, but he's new. Okay.
That's 26.
26.
It's my woods.
That's not shit.
Yeah, you kind of sit somewhat crouched, leaning on your longbow, kind of up slightly higher, with a good view, and this portion of the forest you're pretty familiar with, and whilst yes there are some birds and beasts, nothing that you're particularly worried about. You'll get a long rest.
Oh, fuck for that.
That'd be a horrible way to break the game, wouldn't it? Just as you sleep, just
Finish him!
2 new characters for these guys.
Up to get a long rest and roll initiative.
Okay, but yeah, lovely stuff. So you eventually wake up. Is there any kind of morning routine that Malone has?
Probably just, warming up his big old feet, being a being a rabbit.
Yeah.
Thunder-esque almost.
Right,
Yeah.
we just hear like off in the distance, just like
Yeah, just kind of your classic kind of morning warm-up, just getting ready to travel around, really.
Nice. So I'm just trying to find some apt music. There you go.
Boom, 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 dun, 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 dun. You just get your head like a massive rabbit foot. Waggy, waggy.
Good morning, Tracy.
Yeah.
you wake up with a scimitar to your throat.
Yeah. Oh dear.
Oh,
Fuck.
Way too epic.
astonishing what a night's rest will do.
Yeah. I suddenly feel like everything's back to normal, which is a weird mechanic.
I still
Felt this good.
I felt this good in 24 hours.
Did you get a good bit of rest in?
Yes, thank you. That was
Fuck yeah.
precisely what we needed.
I feel less like shit. Thank you again. I'm sorry if I was short at all last night.
Oh, that's the one.
Rip out that giant.
Take my splint off.
Yeah. Okay.
Going to buy new trousers. There's a hole in my knee.
Yeah.
We didn't really get a chance to ask anything about you last night, so your name was Malone.
That's right, Malone.
Who are you again?
So I'm sort of a keeper of the forest. I kind of help out around, making sure people get through nice and easy. You might have heard of those blood hunters. They rely on me sometimes.
Yeah.
She's she's got some cool powers.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's lycanthropy, I think. So not really like probably not a good thing.
It's a new deal, but
You've killed people that have not kept that in check in the past.
Well,
Yeah. Thanks for saying that out
I
loud.
said a blood hunt. That's your.
That's not the same thing.
That's
Yeah,
what.
they're just hunters.
You just outed me.
Well, no, but
Fuck's sakes, Ulysses. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
Owain made a big point about blood hunters and Moonshade Isles.
Yeah.
And them also
To
being.
us, and he always goes on about shit around us.
We have a friend Owain who he's a blabbermouth. And I appear to.
Now you clearly are as well.
Perhaps that's contagious.
sounds like it's rubbing off a little bit.
Yeah.
You don't have to worry about life around you guys.
But don't worry, I've got it in check.
He's she's very in control of it.
I think. So you help people through these forests.
That's right, and there's a. It didn't used to be this bad in this forest, but the monsters just kind of decided to make it its own little home. So somebody's got to keep them in check, and
Oh, it's bad in here.
Oh yeah.
Oh fuck.
That's why I was quite surprised. You just find you guys just holed up in a hole.
Sabine just puts a head in her hand. It's like,
Yeah, I'll cut back to when you were in the hole and it's just surrounded by like beholders and shit.
Really well hidden, trail of blood, big crash,
Shiny elk.
a little bit of from the frying pan into the fire.
Yeah.
How do you stay alive in here then? Because that would be really useful to know.
Well, I've just crafted my skills over many years. Like I say, my father and his father before him. It's in kind of in our blood, you could say. So yeah, just a lot of years. I mean, I'm still pretty young myself, but got a bit of pep in my step. And you just hear like a.
I like that speed.
But you say you've got a couple of friends. You lose some people.
Well,
We lost everyone in the
we
crash.
might still have friends.
Yeah. One of them is particularly fragile, so whether he made it is we'll see. And the other one is not dissimilar to me, but smaller and not as impressive.
And then a really hench guy called Roland. I hope he's okay. And an old family friend, I guess you could say, who was on board the ship. But
Finding the ship, I think, maybe first port of call, and then finding our way out of
Yeah.
Forgive me, this hellscape.
Oh no,
Yeah.
it's been delightfully.
So you live here as well as work in these?
Yeah, pretty much. I just, we know the best places to stay. It's not quite in the centre, but you've got
where we are right
now. Yeah, we're fairly central. Kind of a nice mix of it.
Shit.
But yeah, I mean, your guys came flying in sort of northeasterly, easterly, and yeah. So I guess you guys want to head that way, or
Well, we were headed to Stonehaven.
Stonehaven,
Which
right?
makes northeast, I guess. That makes sense.
If that's the way.
One north.
North.
Okay, yeah. If we can head in that direction, I mean, I don't want to assume you didn't have anything else that you were trying to do whilst you're in these woods, but if you can help us, that would be.
Equally, if we can help you with anything, we owe you a pretty significant debt.
Yeah.
Oh, perfect. Thank you very much. I mean, I've got nothing comes to mind right away, but
Yeah.
I'll have a little think on our way. But I'm happy to take you through. Well, that's what I'm here for.
Yeah. Well, yeah, we're not normally as fucked up and helpless as we were last night,
No.
just as for reference. So yeah.
Typically quite impressive, and I'll do a little flex.
Yeah, you ever heard of the Gauntlet of Cord?
Oh, cool. Yeah, cool.
He's my guy.
Yeah.
I've got a flag from my thumbs in the belt that I've got. It's like a divine gift. It's kind of a big deal.
Yeah. We were like runners up in like a championship of Cord. We got like a participation award or something.
Oh, nice. I hear everybody gets a bit of an award at the moment.
Yeah, we didn't win it though, so.
I'm sure you tried your best. I mean, it looks like you gave everything on that ship, so.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Well, we could say that again. I guess.
Lost everything. Anyway. Yeah. What did?
Right, so I'm assuming that you're leading the charge.
Yeah, I'll lead the. Yeah, I'll lead the charge.
Yeah, cool. So hopping out of the tree, you begin to. So the storm itself, or the snow, has kind of calmed down. There's still a faint bit of snowfall, and there's like a fine layer of snow across most of the wood and the shrubbery and the trees that you can see in the local vicinity. But it doesn't take you too long to kind of get back to where you had originally found them and continue on the path that they were on. Could I get you to make a survival check for me?
That is 10.
Somehow, it's not. Maybe it's just the fact that you've seen a ship fall from the sky. Maybe it's that you found two people in a hole, beat the shit with a glowing elk, but you're just not on your game this morning, and unfortunately it takes you a little bit of time to find any kind of trail, really. So you know the direction, but after walking for a couple of hours or so, you don't really find any remnants of the ship or anything along those lines. Is there anything that you two are doing in the interim as Malone kind of heads up this trek?
As long as it doesn't distract him too much, and just asking about his job and whether he's got any vacancies, because Sabine's considering changing her career at the moment, and just asking you about what you do generally.
Yeah, so I mean, most of the time it's just tracking, a little bit of hunting, a bit of helping. I mean, there's probably a song there, but yeah, just helping people through. I mean, always happy for help. I mean, there seems to be more and more monsters the more we kind of do this. So,
ever come across any undead beings that have been dead for centuries that are like trying to come back and ruin the world?
no, not so much of the undead.
Okay, that's good.
I would keep an eye out for that. That's all. It's hot right now.
It's on the rise.
It's trendy, eh?
Yeah, in like the worst way possible. Yes, it's very trendy at the moment. Yeah, I would avoid it. That's actually what we encountered before we came out of the sky.
Yeah, one very large one, and then two
Oh, they were like ex-friends as well. That
Yeah,
made
I
me-
got that impression.
Yeah.
From Roland.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what though, we did the other day we came up across, well, myself, I say we, you know, you've got to keep yourself a little bit entertained. But I came across this man, and he was just lying dead across the floor. I mean, like I say, typically it's monsters. You get a few ruffians kind of coming through and trying to cause trouble, but yeah, there was no signs of tracks at all. Just there, he was sliced through his torso. Couldn't believe it. So no blood, no tracks, nothing. Just in half. And then we gave him a search. You know, just try and find something to help us help me work out what was going on. And all I found was sort of this deck of cards. I don't know.
I don't suppose you still have it?
Oh yeah, picked it up. Do you guys want to have a look?
Yeah.
Yeah. You guys seem like you've seen quite a bit more of the world than I have.
Well,
so.
I mean, we might as well. Yeah.
It's quite unusual to see a man
So
slice.
he was just sliced in half. Was he like what was he like? Particular? Was he human? Was he?
Yeah, just a man, just a human man. Nothing too kind
Sundered through the centre.
of. Yeah, large slice through his torso. No, nothing. No sort of like you think. I mean,
Could this be the work of the Lanex? Right.
Maybe, but what was this deck of cards? Deck of cards you found?
oh yeah, sure. I'll just get the cards out and kind of show you guys.
Lone kind of reaches into the inside of his cloak and pulls out this very beautifully decorated kind of like leather package and kind of flips it over. And yeah, it's a deck of cards. But I'm pretty sure you both are familiar with it.
In a metagame sense, absolutely I know what this is.
No, you were both there. It's the same deck of cards. Or were you?
Your boy had.
Yeah, so the Traveller gave them to Ulrich, but I think some of you had left.
Feel like it was something that was discussed.
Yeah.
Yes, it was definitely discussed.
It was discussed.
Yeah, because he got the Pinewall.
Because there was like a chance that he could
Yeah.
sort himself out, and we were like, well, you might as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So you see Malone present to you a familiar set of cards.
Oh shit! You want to be careful with them.
All right.
Yeah.
This is
This is some big magic shit.
an incredibly dangerous artifact.
Potentially rewarding.
Potentially, but again, our understanding of it is second-hand. A former companion of ours, I believe, held the very deck you hold.
It wasn't. You say Fortnite, wasn't the cards, was it?
No, it's something much.
You say you're carrying this for a little while, jeez.
No, something much worse than the cards. Though, my vague understanding is they kind of there's an equal chance of ruin or boon, and the boons are significant, but as is the ruin.
I mean, I'm not much of a gambling man. I like to know what's going on before I kind of approach it all. But
If you'd like
if you guys want to pick a card, then
Ooh.
I mean, all you've got to go by is
Do we know what's
Ulrich
pulled already?
so Ulrich pulled a card and he got the Pinewall. Really beautiful like maul that like could burst into flames. Quinn said that you shouldn't do anything with it, and then he's found it on the corpse of someone.
No, I'm good, thank you. Yep, you found it on a dead body. A very intelligent friend of mine, might still be around, said not to do it, so I'm good. And it might be a warning for you.
oh, for sure. You never know. You sort of somebody dies with a pack of cards. It could be very valuable. Somebody's trying to steal it. Or, like you say, yeah.
There's
Could have been.
every part of me that would love to draw a card, but I will abstain. With that said, if you did not want to hold on to it, knowing the potential danger it causes, we would be happy to take it from your hands. If you're not comfortable with it, I've got. I hold up my bag of holding. I was like, this baby can fit a great deal inside it. You won't believe how many cursed items are already in here. There's one specifically, but it's.
Do one of them, geez.
Just open the bag of holding. It's just like. Jesus.
It's just the
Quiet in there.
It's just the crystal, really.
Visitors.
Well, the good china.
Yeah, crystal, Pyramol.
Did we take Pyramol?
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, because we had a discussion about this. It got left behind.
But we never really thought about it as a group.
I mean, you had just lost Ulrich, so
Yeah, we were a bit,
traumatized. Yeah.
Or you sell it, because I don't know who pays you to do what you do, but you could, sell it yourself, this deck of evil, and make some money,
There are arcane practitioners that collect curios like this, and
Yeah.
Oh, right.
You found it, so,
Finders keepers and all that.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe I'll keep holding it for now.
it's up to you.
We never know. We might come across one of your companions. You say your friend's quite clever, so
He is, yeah.
He's he's book smart.
He's the cleverest person I know.
Yeah, but he's book smart.
Well, he's got this thing. It's a bit called the Riz.
You keep talking about this. I can't find it in any
just don't get
stores.
it, do you?
I've been looking. I asked the shopkeepers in the last town we were in. Where
It's like
were
the
we?
gift of the gab. And it's a talker.
Hey, I'm a pretty good talker.
Sometimes. Not all the
Plus
time.
4 to charisma.
it's much more than me. You don't get much talking out here in the forests.
No, but I mean, like, you've got, big rabbit feet, which is kind of cool. It's always a good talking point.
You're certainly a very unique fellow.
Oh, thank you very much.
It's in our circle.
Yeah. Right. Which way are we going? Do you want me to take a look? I can.
Ulysses just points. It's like, I think that's north.
Can I try and figure out?
Do I know if that's north?
Just make a wisdom check.
Oh, 17. Straight whiz. Plus 0. That's 17.
Yeah, based on the positioning of the sun in the sky, you're like, pretty confidently can say that that's north. After this discussion, this is where you realise that you're lost, and you've lost the trail completely. As part of that, could I get you to roll a d20 for me?
3.
3.
You did!
Okay. Could I get you to roll a d6 for me?
And that's a 1.
1. Cool. Okay.
High numbers aren't good. That's how our ship got taken out of the air. Somebody did the same thing, rolled really high and thought, smashed it. We almost died.
on.
Yeah. That might be great, that one. So don't,
Okay. What did you say? You want to try and...
continue the path ahead. Figure out which way we're headed.
You can either make perception or survival.
I'd probably say I wouldn't jump in though, so maybe as an advantage to you. I don't know. Sabine wouldn't be like, oh, I'm going to lead the front now.
Well, so, as I say, at this point now you realise that you've lost the trail.
Yeah, you probably
So-
just see me kind of like
Okay.
double checking, just kind of like,
I'll roll then.
Yeah, I'm just pointing north and being like, I think it's this way.
Survival.
Survival or perception?
Oh, goddamn.
No disadvantage.
25 then! Maybe?
After kind of maybe like climbing up a tree a little bit, just to get a bit more of a view, whilst you do not see the path that you were on, you do see what looks like a set of like buildings.
Okay. Would I know that that's roughly northeast? Because I'm not looking for buildings. I've seen buildings, but I'm not looking for them.
I'd say no.
No.
You don't know if that is northeast or not. You don't have a compass, so
Yeah.
it's kind of hard to know exactly if it's northeast.
There's some buildings this way, looking down at you lot from up a tree. This way, but I mean, I don't know if it's
Are we
northeast.
looking for buildings?
I mean,
Make a. I would say this would be just either intelligence or a wisdom check.
and I get the proficiency tonight.
Yeah,
That's 12.
12.
Tough morning.
It's been tough.
You are not intimately familiar with these buildings, but you do know that there are old, leftover kind of ruins of previous villages that people have attempted over the years to try and set up and try to kind of move into this forest, but most of the time the forest kind of ends up claiming it in the end. You do know that various hunter convoys that come through do use these ruins as places to bed down and to resupply. So it could be somewhere to stop, but it's not. You don't have to go there.
I mean, I know it's a pretty well-known spot. Those hunters that come through kind of use it quite often. So, I mean, in terms of staying out of trouble, it would help us. I mean, it's going to be in our general direction, so it's up to you guys if you want to swing by there or...
May as well, they might have some supplies that we could use.
Nothing left over, yeah. We could,
And maybe if one of the other of our troop fell out of the ship, maybe they...
they may have headed there to bed down.
Up, yeah. Okay, yeah, let's do it.
No worries.
So you begin making your way towards the towards the ruins. Are you doing so stealthily? Or you just because so far, I mean, other than just like the occasional birds that have flown by and some like deer that have bounced across throughout the brush, it's been relatively quiet.
It's pretty Disney angelic forest, really, so far.
It's still pretty dour.
Okay, right.
Yeah.
Don't jinx it.
Don't tempt the boy, don't tempt
Overcast sky, snow.
Yeah.
Taste of blood in your mouth.
Yeah, if we're all stealthing, yeah.
Yeah, I will, but it's at a disadvantage.
What's the advantage? We might, have some good numbers from that.
Roll a stealth check.
Holy shit. 19 and 20.
You rolled better than me.
15 plus 9, so 24.
24.
21.
21. 21.
19.
19.
Bad rolls.
Ooh. The rogue.
I know. It's shocking. That shit's embarrassing.
So
Sabine's like kind of stumbling around, breaking rocks.
Just
I
like,
haven't got my balance because of it. Yeah.
So you begin like pushing forward. You're pretty comfortable with the surroundings and the forest itself, and you two notice that he barely leaves any footprints as he walks across the snow.
Nice.
lunch surface area.
Ulysses, somehow, I guess somewhat aided by Monty, you actually are a bit more present of the armour that you're wearing. Might be it's just because it's been somewhat impacted into your body quite a lot recently.
All the bits that would move got dry blood.
Like gelled together. And so, you're moving, but
Fuckers are showing me up.
yeah. you push slowly into this area, and you can see that there are various kind of broken down bits of buildings, a couple of two-story houses. It's not large by any means. There's maybe a total of about 10 buildings or so. None of them are fully intact. Most of them have got like vines and reeds that have kind of started to grow up them. It's mostly claimed back by the forest itself. But you start to push in. You can hear what sounds like just murmuring.
Yeah.
My ears are just going to be like...
Hand up and just like... And I'll kind of look to you and mouth, do you want to check that out? Yeah?
I'll push up and try and figure out what it is.
So you start to push a little bit further into the middle of this town.
I'd like
Hamlet,
to check to see,
corners
like,
and
I imagine it's like there's partial buildings and bits broken off and stuff like that. I want to just do a quick scan to see if I can see anyone higher up.
So perception check from you.
I'll take like the corners as I'm weaving through.
So you start to push in a little bit further. As you do, can I get you to make a perception check as well for me? 16. Nothing immediately in the windows. You can see that there's some like very loose bits of fabric of like old curtains that may have been there, but nothing moving, no humanoid, nothing like that. 28. What are you doing at this time?
I'm probably just staying on the outskirts, kind of keeping an eye on the surrounding forest, just see if it's kind of lurking.
As you start to push in, you can see there seems to be like almost like a crossroads that leads into this hamlet. You can see that there are old bodies, and there does seem to be like scattered like chests, barrels. And you continue to lead into the centre of this hamlet, and the first thing that you see is. Why are you eyeing me like that? The first thing that you see is like an overturned coach.
Right.
There's various kind of coins scattered on the floor. You can kind of see like little bits of gold and platinum that kind of sparkle through the bit of snow that's on the ground. Kind of rested up against the coach seems to be a body that's holding on to something. But just to where the horses are, you see like a massive green mass with its back to you that seems to be like eating the meat.
Sabine's just going to get into cover. She's going to train her crossbow over her forearm. Is she within 30 feet? Actually, with all my various fucking feats. Doesn't matter about disadvantage or advantage of distance. She's going to train it up. She's going to load a magic bolt. And she's going to fire off a shot in the back of it.
Cool. Okay. Roll to attack for me.
Yes, sir. With all my shit, because, you know, rogues, assassinate. Advantage on attack rolls against any creature that hasn't taken turn in combat yet. So 19 plus 12. So
what was your stealth check?
19, right?
19.
Oh yeah, 19. Okay.
Okay.
As you kind of get back to the corner, bring your crossbow, bring that down,
Hold still.
and kind of come back around to line up the shot. You just see this large green mass just stood there.
It's seen me.
Rolled an 18 on the die and it has a +10 to perception.
Oh. As soon as it notices me.
But as you see it, as you kind of like come around, like you see 1 head, 2 head, 3 head, all of them just dribbling, like bits of kind of slightly iced over meat just kind of dripping from each of their mouths.
Can I?
You can take a shot.
Yeah, I can take the shot.
Take the shot.
Take the shot. I'm gonna take the dirty shot. So that was 19 plus 12. So
19 plus 12. Yeah, that hits.
that'll hit. And then oh, so it's not a critical hit because it's not surprised. It's assassinate.
But you've still gone before it. So if you hit it, it's still a crit.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Buzzing. Yeah. Right, so let's get some damage on the dice then.
Has she like turned a corner at this point, or can I see her be like?
From your perspective, she's probably about 40 feet into the town, just turned around a corner and is just shot at something.
Okay, yeah, sword out and I'm ready to begin running.
Have I got any idea? Any of this?
Oh, I'll whistle.
Well, once
As I
I
start running,
figure
I'll
out
rush.
what's happened to this.
No worries.
Then sneak attack.
Sneaky.
This thing sounds gross.
That's 40 points of damage. That's with it doubled because of the crit.
Yep.
Yeah, 40 points of damage, 5 points of which are fire. Don't know if that makes a difference.
Yep.
With that shot taken off, I've got myself into cover beforehand, so I'm going to try and hide. Actually, no, before I hide, I'm going to scream out, "Guys, there's something here!"
Okay.
And then try and hide.
You don't get to do that yet because it knows that you're there.
Cool.
Now we roll initiative, but before we do that, we're going to just have a quick break just so we can get everything set up. And yeah, we'll be back in 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah!
See you soon.
See you in a minute.
In there.
enjoyed your 10-minute pee break.
He's back!
He's back. He's back.
Balderdork's back. Cedric, his body, I couldn't leave him. My boy. Anyway.
What's nuts is that scene has like some of the most powerful acting.
So you're gonna get
followed by.
He's back. He's back. He's back. Balderdork's back. Yeah.
Well, on that note, could I get some? Well, actually, sorry, I haven't. I'm a bad person. I haven't rolled. Okay, then.
That's great.
That was a good roll, George.
I feel like that's not true.
Are you lying?
Guilty. Dog shit.
Okay, so 25 to 20.
Yeah. 23.
23. Lovely stuff. Malone. 15 to 20. 10 to 15.
10.
10.
Oh, 12.
Okay. What's your dex again?
Sorry, is that the saving, the modifier?
Yeah.
3.
3.
I imagine Monty goes on my turn.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
keep it easier.
It's like, how hard do you go?
Go all in, mate. Shoot her! Shoot her!
Shoot her. Something.
This is getting out of hand. Now there are 2 of them.
Let me just put a little wheelie chair over here. Right. Okay, so starting off, Malone. It is your turn.
Sweet.
You're about 30-ish, 40-ish feet away from Sabine, and she has just started firing and doing all sorts of actions.
Have I got a line of sight from here?
We will say that whole wall by Sabine, that's like a solid line. So you can either push up along this section, a very far section on the left-hand side, or you can push up to where she is to get sight of what she is shooting at. It's the best that I could do for an encounter that I hadn't properly planned.
So was that a yes? I'd get a line of sight from over there.
From that area, yes.
Yeah. Cool. I'll push up on the side, get a view of what's.
What's your movement speed? What's your movement speed?
30 feet.
30 feet. So yeah, so
About 5, 10, 15. What? 30 now.
yeah. So if you go one over, closer to you, George.
There.
Closer to yourself.
Oh, like here.
Yeah, there you go. So yeah, so you're still behind a building. You can't see it. You would have to get to this bit to be able to see it. So you can use your action to get there,
Yeah.
but then you would only have your bonus action left. But I mean, you can't do too much at the moment. So it's up to you.
We'll stay there.
Oh, okay.
Do Yeah, we'll just stay there.
Okay, perfect. So you hold fire there. Bow and arrow knocked and ready. Next up. Sabine.
Yes, sir.
Your passive perception is
Pretty fucking high.
21.
21.
Okay.
Stupid. Is that your yeet dice?
Okay. So you see, kind of coming from behind this rubble, just a little goblin. Just like a little okay. And that is all you see. But he is going to attempt to yeet something at you. It's going to be at disadvantage, but he's just going to take this like rusty looking spear. So we'll see if he hits.
Does it help me at all that I was behind some kind of cover?
When it gets to your turn, it will.
Cool.
But the first one was a 7 plus 4, so 11. I doubt that hits. Yeah, so it actually it lands on the ground and slides towards you.
Was it like a dagger?
It's a javelin, but for you it would be like a short sword. But that is his turn. Cool. Lovely stuff. Sabine, it's now your turn.
Really?
Yeah.
God damn. Okay.
There's not a lot of things on the field at the moment, so.
No, that's cool. So I'll
Like that at the moment.
yes, right now.
As you can see.
So yeah, because of sharpshooter and because of crossbow expert, I basically don't have any range issues. I think that's how those two feats have now collectively come together.
Crossbow expert, if you're using a crossbow, if something's within 5 feet, you don't have disadvantage.
You just pile it on straight close.
Yes. And then if you are using sharpshooter, anything at long distance doesn't impose disadvantage.
So yeah, I can just fire at that with no real issue.
Yeah.
But there'll be no sneak attack because there's no...
Nobody near it.
No. Unless I try and hide the bonus action first and then take a shot.
Sure.
Okay, I'll try and hide. Mm-hmm. So with this cover, I'll try and like duck in.
Yep.
And I get advantage on stealth.
Yeah.
Because of my key. Yeah, which is good.
Your
Is
key?
My key?
It would be your key.
Big old truck like that.
I only just got raisins and biscuit then.
Both of them are dog shit.
Yep.
There's an 18 on stealth, which is shit for me.
Big things are normally quite dumb, so.
Yeah, you feel like you're hidden.
I feel like I'm hidden, so I'm going to take a shot, and you can let me know if I get sneak attack on this one.
So you go around the corner. Doesn't know I'm here. Come back round. Still just stood there like...
I thought it wouldn't. Fuck. That is a 19 to hit.
19 hits.
19 hits, but I'm guessing there's no sneak attack.
No sneak attack.
Didn't think so.
Blinked while you did
It's
it.
like having 3 heads helps it perceive things.
It's fair enough. So it's 9 points of just initial piercing damage. I'm going to use a magic bolt.
Yosh.
So then that's 5 points of fire damage, more fire damage. So grand total of, let's say 9 and 5, 14 points of damage. 5 of which are fire.
Nothing to sniff at?
It's damage.
Yeah. So this massive kind of like lumbering, like it's a massive rotund body with like pustules and stuff kind of growing out of it and this like big leaky belly button. But the actual extremities, the arms, are just very lanky and long and spindly. And then just sat at the top of this are just these like 3 kind of slightly emaciated looking like heads that are all kind of like cocked, and like some of the eyes are like sticking out more than what they should, and just this like greasy black hair, and like the arrow like sticks into it, and it just.
I forgot I've got 2 attacks per action, so can I go for my second one?
Yep.
Sorry to do that on top of that.
How dare you?
How
dare you do the things that you can do?
Dice are fucking me. That is a grand total of 13.
13 misses.
Yeah.
Right.
It's all good.
Yeah.
On to the next
Shoot, it just
person.
goes.
Yeah.
So you fire once, fire again, missing it, unfortunately. But as you do, you can already see that it's just like dribbling, looking at you, and starts to walk towards you.
Fuck.
At the end of your turn, it breaks into a sprint towards you.
Oh, fuck.
You haven't moved.
Yeah, you haven't moved.
She hid and then shot it. She probably wouldn't move.
Okay.
She's going to be there, just like,
So. It has just enough movement to get onto that square on the like the very corner.
to there.
Yeah. As you know, quite a big lumbering mass. You don't expect it to move with any kind of like spryness, but it just starts running straight towards you with like quite a speed. As it gets up into your vicinity, it's just need to double check something about it. Rock quack.
Do your thing. Yeah. That would have been smart to move, but I don't think she would have. Just because she's there.
You would
Probably line of sight on
expect
it.
it to.
No, not pace it. No.
So as it starts to run towards you, you can see that it's 2 long gangly arms, another arm sprouts out of it, and another kind of weird like baby arm comes out of this one as it runs up to you and just starts flailing at you. Could I get you to make a dexterity saving throw for me?
I'm pretty good at that. It's a natural 20
Nice.
plus 8.
Plus 8. Okay, so hopefully this doesn't make any noise. Maybe if I just mute. Oh, I've already got it muted. Perfect. Okay, so as it flails its arms and starts tearing into you, it does 40 points of damage, reduced to 20, reduced to nothing because of evasion.
Rogue shit.
But you can see as it starts like carving away, some of its limbs just start ripping through the remnants of like a brick wall next to you, and just the smell. It's like someone's shoved like a rotten egg, shat in it, and then stuck up your nose. Like it's gag worthy.
I'm just gagging in its face.
That's how you manage to. Lovely stuff.
Beautiful.
Pam. Okay, but that is its turn. Next up is Ulysses and Monty.
Yeah, so I'm going to look back, jump up onto Monty. If that uses some of my movement, that's fine. No? Monty's got 50 feet. So that's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. And we get to here. I'm going to... is it an action to pop the girdle?
Action or bonus action? One of the two.
It's an action to do it, so I'm not going to do that just yet. But I am going to take a bunch of attacks at it. So yeah, first swing will be 16, which won't hit.
No, 16 hits.
16 hits, wonderful.
Big boy.
Second attack is like a 26.
Both hit.
Cool. So first attack will be, so you get an extra d8 and then 2d6. Let's throw some fucking smites in here, why not?
Smite that motherfucker.
Let's do second level regular smite, so that's an additional 2d8.
Oh, I thought you were telling me to move over.
No, I was saying do it.
It's Sunday.
There it is. Say Sunday. Mother's Day.
So first attack does. I get to reroll 1s and 2s on my attack.
It's in the 1s and 2s.
That's a 2. That's better.
2.
Lovely. So that is. So that's 10. That's 9. 24. 24 on the first attack.
24.
Second
Pass
attack.
between us.
I'm going to do the same again. And I'm also going to throw in an extra little spicy Searing Smite on top of it.
Searing Smite?
It's going to be an additional 2d6.
There's not a beast that we cannot be. When we're smiling.
Breaking free.
Yeah, beautiful. So this is 12, 14, 20, so 12.
Got sharpshooter.
Oh, yeah.
14.
Yeah, he does.
Toss it up between the crossbows. So obviously up close, it's like,
Get pretty.
yeah, so you should, in the melee, you're a bit like, ooh,
Can't really get involved in that. In the mix-up, but
I've got there.
40 for the second attack.
Damn.
It's also now a flame.
Away without.
So at the start of each of its turns, it gets a con save.
Yeah.
Does it get one when it does it? No. It just happens.
Yeah, so you get if I hit, it happens.
Right, okay.
So yeah, next time you hit a creature with a melee weapon attack during the spell's duration, your weapon flares with white hot intensity and your attack does an extra 1d6. Oh yeah, so subsequent attacks have the opportunity to do an additional d6.
Right.
Because my blade just set on fire as I hit him.
Yeah.
Yeah, so riding Monty up, it's a sword out and just a shing. The first one, there's a big flare of like regular divine energy and a stab. With the second one, with that stab, there's a gout of flame that comes off the blade.
Yeah, so as you start carving into it, you can see that it's like almost like a blubberiness to the skin, but your sword, like as it like burns white, it seems to all like automatically like cauterize it, whereas other areas of it seem to have like sealed over. So
I'm not going to met again, but
yeah, lovely stuff. But still standing, and you can see whilst two of the heads are very much focused on Sabine's supple frame, one of the other heads just looks to you and not drooling, but just glares at you.
no big boy.
Starts to like kind of reach one of its like weird extra arms out to like hey, maybe you got that Riz but with creature
with big pustule infested guys.
I don't turn off the Riz, turn it off. Lovely stuff. So that's the end of your turn. Now we go back to the top of the initiative. Does Monty do anything?
He rides with me. He
doesn't get like an attack action or anything and stuff.
He could, but I won't. Because I think he has to be independent for that.
Right, okay. Cool.
He... Oh no, never mind. But yeah, actually, his speed is reduced by 10 feet.
Cool.
Because of the slashing feet.
Yeah. Lovely stuff. So back to the top of initiative. That goes back to Malone.
Sweet. So where do I need to be? Is the wall up to here, is it?
Yeah. So the wall goes up to this corner.
Yeah.
And then it's almost like an L-shaped building.
Sweet. Cool. So can I climb up? Is it not climbing?
You can certainly try and do that.
Certainly try.
Good hop up.
Yeah, sure. Let me. Yeah.
Pretty sure you have a thing for that.
Oh. Yeah.
No worries. suppose if you don't want to use, because I think that's your bonus action.
Yeah. We'll just try and climb up there. I assume it's athletics.
Yes.
19.
19? Yeah, you scramble up to the top of this kind of second story. We've got something to pop them up on just to show elevation.
Yeah.
Or your...
Oh, yeah. Got you.
So you climb up to the top of this, and it's a little bit precarious because most of the floor of this second story is kind of like caved in. But there's enough space that you can kind of edge around the side of the building and get to a point where you can see that creature. So we say because you rolled high enough, that's not taken any of your movement. So yeah, you've still got 30 feet to get from the very edge. So if you move it back to... There you go. To get from there to like a corner of the building where you can see this creature. Creature feature.
I'm gonna come this way. So what is it? 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30?
Yeah, you'd be a little bit closer to the edge of the building.
Here.
Other side.
Up here.
Yeah. So, well, one way or the other.
We'll come this way. So, pick off. So do I see... Make a perception check?
Got one.
Yeah, make a perception check against there.
16.
16? Nobody there.
Nobody there. Cool. Can I see this guy? No.
From where you are on the building, he'd have like partial cover from you, but you can see him.
Cool. Cool. I'll just take 2. We'll go with... Yeah, we'll just take 2 attacks. What attacks?
Shoot her!
Yeah. Yeah. So just 2 attacks. First one's a 29 to hit.
29 definitely hits.
And a 28 to hit.
Both of those hit.
Close. So it's 13 first one. And 23 points of damage. With then an extra 1d8 if they're below the HP maximum, which I assume it is.
Yes, yeah. So what is that in total?
29 points of damage.
Lovely stuff. Nice. Kill it.
So was that for both of them or just the first attack?
That's both.
Both of them. Perfect. Lovely stuff. So just kind of precariously making your way across this like somewhat decaying shell of a building, you manage to kind of creep along and balance on the little bits of rubble that are still hanging on the edges of the building, and as you are like making your way across, like fire off 2 arrows towards its knee, and its knee kind of like buckles somewhat. It's as it comes down to one knee, its head's come to the same height as you, Sabine, and still just
Fucking stink.
lovely stuff. So
Gonna get kissy
now,
kissy.
let's see. What's in there? So that's going to be 2 attacks against you. First one is a 16. And the second one is a 12. So just from the building across from you, just 2 pointy sticks get thrown towards you, and they just kind of like, one goes through the window and like past your head, and the other one just like clatters off of the window frame. You turn around and there's make a perception check for me.
That's an up 20.
just below the window, or just at the the window sill edge, you can just see two little heads just peeking over.
They're gonna regret that.
That guy is gonna push up. Yeah, they're gonna get in the mixer. 10, 25, 30. So that little gobbo dude goes up next to the big old. Yeah, right there actually. Yeah, perfect. He doesn't know that he's been seen, so he kind of comes out from behind here, and he's going to go just behind this bush, fairly confident that he himself is hidden. He's not. And they're going to take attacks against. They can't see Sabine, so they're going to be against Ulysses.
That's cool.
So that is an 11. And an 8. You, as you're almost getting caressed by this disgusting creature, just two pointy sticks kind of bounce off of your plate armor, and just ding, ding. And as you turn around, you can see one goblin and behind him you can kind of see with his arse hanging out from behind a bush, just another goblin hiding.
Oh. That's fun. It's gonna make me feel real bad when I cave their heads in.
Bang! Bang! Why did you crash my ash? That is the end of their turn. Sabine, it's your go.
Cool. Seeing this thing come up for some kissy, she's gonna disengage. Mm-hmm. She's gonna back up 5, 10, 15, 20. No offence, you're going to be in
please.
My shield.
As long as you're within a certain range of me, I'm fine.
And you're 5 feet within range of this?
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
Cool. So she's going to back up, and just keep walking backwards. And she's got a bit of distance from it. She's just going to fire off 2 attacks at this disgusting creature.
Kissy faces.
Kissy face creature thing. 15?
15 just hits.
Oh, fucking hell. And then also a 27.
Yes.
Yeah.
Look, at least you're rolling like that in this scenario and not in the last game.
Yeah. Right, let's go for some damage. Yeah, gonna go for the magic bolt still. Mm-hmm. So initially it's 8 points of damage, but I'll start tallying this up.
Yeah.
And then there's 26 points of damage on the first hit.
Nice.
4 of which are acid.
Mm-hmm.
26 points of damage. Just and then load up and go for the next shot, which will be 9 points plus 15 points of damage on the second shot, which is lightning damage for 6 of them. As she just backs up and just takes 2 shots, and then bonus action. Is that a wall here that I could maybe try and hide behind?
Yes. Yeah.
Cool. She's gonna and try and hide behind it. Oh, we get advantage. It's 29 stealth.
29. You feel like you're hidden.
Yeah, it's just so. It's pretty slick. It's like foot. and then
It's
just
almost
gone.
like a blink and where'd you go?
Blink and you miss it.
David Copperfield.
Anybody does that.
Just that idea of like,
Yeah, this thing's just like.
So after you fire off these various bolts, you can see that the skin itself is starting to like erode, and they're starting to like open up pockets on it, and it's looking very haggard. Blood kind of seeping out of it.
Nice.
Lovely stuff.
start of its turn.
Huh?
Start of its turn.
Yeah.
Can I get a con save, please?
Constitution saving throw. That is a 9 plus 5.
So that's
14.
14. That does not save. You take 3 fire damage.
How do you want it?
Are you kidding?
Yeah.
So it'd just be where it's kind of its former like slice that I'd done that was on fire was. I imagine it would just like find a pocket of gas inside it and just like out of the 3 mouths they'd be going.
So yeah, kind of the flames. You can see that there is like just various, not pleasant looking stuff kind of eking out of the side of its belly, and as it like slowly turns to you, all 3 heads focus on you. You can see that it like, and as it breathes in, you can see some flames go into its belly, and just the top half of it just explodes outwards, and just the 2-story side of this building is just painted green. As it collapses into a heap. Just the legs are still there, kind of staggering slightly. But the top half of it is
Monty just gives it a little.
Needs some gamma stuff.
Lovely stuff.
Off the board.
It is off the board.
Just hear me shout on the side. I love it when they pop.
Alright, it's now your turn.
I'm going to see those 2 little goblin boys. Action. Well, I'm going to dismount to begin with. Give Monty a little pat. And I'll walk up to this first one that was flipping the V's at me. And I'm going to attempt to intimidate it into fleeing.
Sure.
And just like wipe the viscera off of from the big guy off onto my arm, and then just hold the sword out at it and go, ooh.
Make an intimidation check.
12.
12. A natural 1 insight. It just, as you like slowly approach it, and just slowly turns around and points at his friend who's still hidden behind the bush, and just slowly starts to.
And I can just kind of like kind of give a shooing action with the end of my sword, like go.
So as that one starts to leave, the others realise that there was a loud explosion and see the leftover legs of of their compatriot, and these 2 start to scatter. That one still thinks it's him. He feels safe. That
Okay. I've got some
if
movement.
he doesn't move, you can't hurt
Is he
him.
like this currently?
Yeah, he's still behind that bush.
So I've got some movement left. I'm just going to go and stand behind him. And that's my turn.
Cool. Yeah, so the others begin to flee unless anybody decides to take shots at them as they go. It's entirely up to you. But they all scatter.
I'll take some shots at these guys.
Sure. So as they begin to like up and get ready to drop down to the bottom floor, you can take a shot.
Cool.
2 shots.
Can I use a spell as well?
Sure.
Sweet. I use got a bonus action for lightning arrow, and then take 2 shots. I think it only counts on the first one.
Still only counting
It's 25 to hit.
25 definitely hits.
Sweet. So that goes. 30 points of damage.
Nice.
But then the one next to it also needs to make a... where is it? Dex save.
Dex save. That's a 2.
Yeah.
It's not gonna happen.
So hit takes 12 points of damage.
12. So as these goblins go to jump, they're like kind of like fist bumping in the air. As the one on the left goes to fist bump, his friend evaporates. It's another falls to the ground, like kind of shatters his ankle as he falls funny because he wasn't expecting his friend to burst into blood, and still living but begins to like run away.
Could I take the other...
Sure, yeah.
I've got cleaned up this forest.
Yeah.
If you jump down, you'll get like a line of sight of him, so you just jump down.
Yeah, sure. Just jump down.
Superhero landing.
You think I'd be able to land?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
and that's 25 to hit.
Mm-hmm.
And 14 points of damage.
And as okay, so that's those two dead. That one has ran away, and the one in front of you is still. He's so hidden that the big nasty people will never find him. He's just got to stay quiet and stay still.
If I can't see them, they can't see me.
Yep.
Unless we're in combat, can we all push up to it, like to surround it?
Yeah, he's not a threat to you, so yeah, we'll say we're outside of
But so this
combat
guy
now.
has successfully fled.
Yeah. Unless anybody tries to kill him as he's going.
So we've all flanked right on top of it.
Cheers.
Does it know that we've surrounded it at this point?
No?
Nope.
So I will kind of crouch down a bit and get to its eye level.
So yeah. Oh, does anybody speak Goblin, by the way?
Nope.
No, I speak.
Cool. So it's just there muttering away.
Yeah, I'll blade into the ground, hand on the pommel, like crouch down so it's like next to my head, and I'll prod him. I'll give him a little kick. Not a hard kick, just like a shake.
Yeah. Seems to be dead.
Roll an insight check on that, kid.
Sure.
It's a 7. So yeah, he's dead. This motherfucker dead.
Could be a heart attack.
Yeah.
You're not too sure on the physiology of goblins, so it could be the case.
I'll begin to search his pockets.
Mm-hmm.
I say that as though I'm pretending to search his, but like I say I'm actually going to do it, but it's just I'm like watching him, like, come on. Wake up.
Yeah. Start searching through his. He doesn't have many pockets. He's got like a little, like a front pouch, like a little.
Got like a little fanny pack.
And he's got some ears, some worms.
Ears.
Ears.
Oh right. Yeah.
But I'll kind of
Casual.
pull that off.
You see, despite this poor creature's desperate attempt to remain dead, you can't help but notice like a frustration on his face.
I'll be like, oh, Sabine, we've got some ears.
Oh, lovely. I've always wanted those.
We have worms.
Oh, nice. They always come in handy.
Pity this thing's dead.
Really dead.
I'd be happy to give his belongings back if he just woke up.
Make a persuasion check.
Persuasion is 16.
16. You just see one of these like big yellow eyes. Gets up. Jimmy!
You can have your things back. Tell me this. Are there any more things like your big friend we have to worry about?
Probably.
Okay.
Jimmy!
Okay.
Jimmy, here!
Can you wait? Can you tell us where to avoid those things? And don't come across this again. Points at the wall with the splats up it.
Everywhere.
Right.
I mean, he's got a point there.
Jimmy worms!
These things are pretty much everywhere.
And I'll chuck his bag back to him.
Wraps it back around his waist.
But these things, pointing at the goblin, these are fine, right?
Yeah, well, I guess we can let this one go.
They're more a nuisance than anything else.
Yeah, that's it.
And he like smiles and there's these just big jagged teeth. Like,
Could he help us guide us through this forest?
Probably not worth it, to be honest.
Have you seen a big boat fall from the sky?
a bird?
Yes.
A bird's there!
No, boat, like ship.
Not on a boat.
Did you do this? Pointing at the fucking massacre that's happened behind here.
Maybe.
I'm just gonna go check out who these people were. Can I have a quick, once you said that, go and have a little look at them.
And I'll grab him by the scruff. Not going anywhere just yet, friend.
Investigation check.
That is a grand total of 15.
Looking them over, there's a couple that do have the hunter cloaks on them, and there's just a couple just who seem to be civilians.
Looking at them, comes back over to the goblin.
You look at them, you look back at the goblin, he's like,
Backhand, slap him across the face. You don't do that again. What don't you do? Exactly.
I'll pop him down, give him a little kick on the backside. Get out of here.
it's like crawling.
Don't come back.
He starts
I'm just
running
going to
off.
dink with the bow as well.
He gets over to like the corner of that building and like kind of turns around and you kind of go back to what you're doing. And then Sabine being the highest perception, you just hear the faint sound of like water and he's just like pissing in your direction.
I swear to fucking God. Something really gratifying about a good backhand slap.
I would have loved to,
It
but
felt really good. I'm gonna do that more often.
See, this is why we usually just get rid of them.
Yeah, that shit there was like, there's some human rights abuses. That just straight up turned them to dust.
Oh, you never know.
It was
though.
amazing.
Oh, thank you very much. No.
goblin rights abuses, is it? Yeah.
Sorry, yeah, goblin rights abuses, yeah. Amazing.
Got to send a message, you know.
Well, yeah, you can't let them just, do what they want.
Exactly.
Especially as we know these people, these are some hunters.
Yeah, I'll turn around and head towards
don't know
the cart.
these
Is there
civilians
anything on the cart? Anything left on?
Oh, yeah, can I?
Yeah, you can make a investigation check.
I think Sabine's better than I am, so I would give her advantage.
Yeah, separate advantage.
That is a grand total of 18.
18.
Yeah.
So you start going over. I mean, obviously there is the one that has the one that's leant up against the base of the carriage and is holding like a chest. And because of the coins that you could see earlier, you can see that the chest has been somewhat split open. So there is some coins that have spilt out a little bit, partially snow covered. You also, if you climb into the carriage, kind of lower yourself down as it's on its side, you can see that there is inside one of the, I think it's just like a woman that's kind of somewhat like gaunt, cold, like pale skin. She has like a bag on her, and if you go through the bag, you can find a potion in there. And then on one of the hunters, which are a little bit further away, and this one is actually like being almost ripped apart. Like you can see that there's kind of his entrails are like linked between the two parts of his body. But he is wearing some rather nice studded leather armor.
Okay.
Also, just a quick previous insight check, if I could get you to, please.
Yeah. It's a natural 20. Third one of the fucking night. For a grand total of 21.
That goblin did not kill these people.
Yeah, I
Goblin
imagine.
didn't- yeah,
imagine that
was the big thing.
No.
What?
They, when you asked if they did it, it was like,
They found this and then were like, oh, food.
Oh, shit, okay.
Yeah, and goodies.
I'd share that information with you lot. I've got the feeling it wasn't the goblins that did this. This looks a bit too intense. But there's some money here if you wanted to share
I'll
it.
grab out of the dead guy's hands the box. Give it a shake, see how much seems left in it.
It's your territory, so, you know.
Yeah, I'm happy to share. I mean, you guys did a fair portion of the work.
yeah, if you want to take the time to count it out, it we'll say that after like 20 minutes or so, they roughly amount to 555 gold pieces.
Yeah,
30% split each?
yeah, sure.
How was it? 500 and
55.
555 divided by
They get 600.
Good. That would have been really, really happy.
Oi, dead people, put more in there.
Yeah, cough up some more cash. That studded leather armour, better than what I've currently got.
3. So I'll add 370 to the kitty. And you get 185 gold.
You don't know. You do not have your mage here to cast Identify.
I'm gonna just.
But it looks nice.
I'm just gonna ask you if we can stuff it in the bag of holding for. Actually, if it looks good and it's not covered in viscera,
It is.
I'm gonna put this in the bag and we'll get Quinn to check it out and clean it.
Yeah, no problem.
So you've got the studded the special armor.
I'll add that to the bag of holding.
See, there's a couple of perks to this job, I tell you.
Yeah.
Oh.
Any good weapons?
Most of them just have there's long swords, standard, and a +1 rapier on the one that had the studded leather armor.
Okay, I'll grab the sword.
I'll hold on to this. The rapier.
If you like, yeah.
Yeah? You have the sword, yeah. Oh, you having the
I meant
rapier?
the sword,
Oh.
just to put it
No.
away. But
for it.
if you find use of it, I won't.
No, I'm more crossbow.
Put it in the bag.
It's loaded still.
I love that you shake it and just like 7 or 8 bolts just fly off.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I guess I'm absolutely fine. I don't think anyone
I'm
can hurt.
pretty good, yeah.
Should we carry on?
Sounds good to me.
That's north. I think. Is that north?
I guess I'll do a...
Another survival or perception check. See if you can. Now that you've had a break from trying to track it
With
down.
advantage, because I'm...
Sticking your finger in the air.
No.
25.
25. You kind of start to push back out using the ever astute observation of Ulysses and his direction of north. You manage to kind of roughly figure out back where the path would have led you. And you find that you are on the right path when you find the remains of a person who has been scattered across a tree. Most of their limbs are scattered across the floor, and you can just see the impact mark on the side of a big thick tree.
Did you know them? It looks like they could have fallen from a pretty big height.
Among the
like
viscera, are there any fancy robes
Anything identifiable, yeah.
or armour?
Make a... If you want to get up close, investigation. If you're just trying to scope it from afar as you're going past.
I'll move up and take a proper look. And again, I'm mostly looking to see is it Quinn or Owain.
Yeah.
14 investigation, you say?
So this is how you break it to
Why do you think Simon's so quiet?
Yeah, your character's dead, motherfucker.
Did you watch the episode?
Yeah. Maybe catch up on it.
Yeah. Before next session.
Yeah.
That'd be 14.
14. There's not enough of a face. Most of the features are gone, and there's just like exposed muscle and like bits of bone that are still protruding. Most of the jaw is
Did Quinn
gone.
have pointy teeth as a tiefling?
I don't.
Never specified.
No, yeah, he didn't say.
I mean, I think it's just down to each
Yeah.
tiefling whether or not they have
They're
that
not
sort
all
of
the same. That'd be very racist.
Yeah.
yeah. But we said that there is some exposed skin that is purple. Oh, no, not purple.
Whoa,
not purple.
Oh wait, it's just a bruise. Just a bruise.
Not pale enough to be Owain, not purple enough to be Quinn.
No.
Cool, okay. I don't think it's our boys.
Okay, that's good. I guess.
Onwards. I'll just like say a quick prayer. And then we should keep moving.
Yeah. Guess we're on the right track.
Suddenly seems like we're...
Points at the dripping tree.
You continue to press on, and after another couple of hours, you see movement on the path ahead of you. You've been continuing to follow this bits of wood and stuff that's littered across. You can see now that there seems to be like some of the tips of the trees have been like sheared off, so you know you're getting closer. But yeah, you see something on the path ahead, and it seems to be moving, kind of black against the snow-covered floor.
Getting at these guys now. So seems like we're definitely on the right trails, but I can see something a little bit further ahead. Would I make an investigation check to see if I work out? We'll need to press further forward. Really.
You would have to press further forward, so from this distance it would be a perception check.
Are there any tracks in the snow or anything?
There is. There's just like a drag mark.
Oh.
I'll do a perception check. That is a 13.
13. Kind of hard to make out too much detail from here. There is movement from it, whatever it is, but that's as much as you can pick up.
I mean, it's moving. This forest is a tale of wonders, but I mean, there's been a lot of broken bits. So I think we could be on to something. Maybe just we could press on with a little bit of stealth. That's for sure.
Okay.
Alright, press forward with a stealth check from all.
Wow, again, like, good. But disadvantage. 15.
15.
26.
26.
32.
2.
32.
Fine. So
Yeah.
you all kind of
Fucking
separate from this kind of like clearing path that seems to be leading through the forest, and separate off to the sides and start to push up. You again, Malone, feel pretty comfortable, kind of not really leaving any marks. You again use this come into a whole different stride with this armour.
Becoming like more aware of it, more comfortable in it.
Cover it in blood again. Just keep it like sealed.
It's like you never wash a cast iron skillet.
Yeah.
Keep it drenched in blood all the time.
However, you, Sabine, as you kind of point out what's up ahead, and you all agree to move on quietly. You're saying, right, okay, cool, and turn back, and Sabine's not there. There's no prints. There's no sound. She's just gone.
Just look to myself. I was just like, I need to know the word before we go.
But you continue to push up, and then once you get within range to kind of make out more details, it's a person crawling.
Can we make out any features of that person?
Yeah.
Sure, make a perception check. Actually, all make a perception check. Why not?
Natural 20.
Yeah, baby.
Finally got one that wasn't at disadvantage.
18.
23.
23. You can all very clearly see that this is the top half of a person
Top half.
crawling through the snow.
Oh, fuck.
There's a few intestines and the bottom part of the spine dragging behind it.
Okay, I'm going to channel divinity and endure enemy. So I'll need it to make a wisdom saving throw at disadvantage. I imagine it's an undead.
And it's 4.
4. It suddenly becomes terrified of me. And is going to do everything it can to be like, no.
So this whatever it is that was crawling, you kind of like pulsate with an energy, and there's like a ripple that kind of blows across the snow towards this creature, and as it reaches it kind of looks over its shoulder and starts to try to crawl faster.
Yeah, I'm going to
not much faster.
Yeah, I'll walk up to it and then just plunge my sword in the back of its head. Would you like me to roll an attack?
I won't make you roll. As you do, as soon as it sinks in, it just kind of the body kind of like almost crawls up the sword as it severs the spine, and the head remains on the floor, and the torso just keeps crawling for a second and stops.
Do you think Quinn was debating whether this is
Okay. Yeah. Can we
I'll wipe it off?
just because of who we saw on the ship the day before? Can I just turn it over and see if we recognise it?
You recognise it as the pilot of the ship.
Oh, you boy!
Oh shit!
Check his pockets.
This is why you should never do soon. Look at this. Not even once.
No, that's
Cannot check his pockets.
he doesn't have any.
Oh.
He's not got any legs.
not the top pocket. Not the top
You know what? It will get you like that. It will get you like that. Not having any leg. Fuck. Hey, wait. He wasn't like that when he was on the ship. He was just dead.
I imagine this is the work of our
Friends.
yes.
I was going to say, is this one of these undead you were telling me about?
Well, he wasn't, but clearly is
He
now.
died. Some kind of influence over the things we fought are powerful.
Like really fucking bad news.
Jeez.
If you have friends in these parts, woman, something may be coming.
Will do. Can't be having those creatures coming back to life.
It's not good. Why would he be like that now? He was dead on the ship.
I can only imagine it's the influence of Lax, which puts things in a worse light than it was before somehow.
Yeah. looking at the around the area, can we see his bottom half anywhere or anything else? Or
Based on the perception checks that you rolled earlier.
Been crawling for a while.
Yeah.
If he's headed this way, though, he may subconsciously have been trying to return to the ship, so we may be on the right track.
Yeah.
Based on the tops of the trees being missing.
Okay, let's keep going.
I just hope we find Roland and Ganza in one piece and our friends.
I'm just sorry if we brought this into your woods.
Oh, that's all right. You're giving me something to do. Get it cleared out, and yeah, make sure. Hopefully, you don't see too many of these.
If you have any divine magic, they don't tend to like that very much.
Divine, all right. So, say, is it like a chop the head off, or?
I mean, yeah, take out the brain. It tends to do the trick. But if you have a cleric on hand, bring them in and they can do some stuff. Make them all just go, oh, okay, we'll leave.
I'll have a word in the Thames.
Right, should we carry on then?
Yeah, onward. I guess.
So you carry on pushing, and you get the idea that with the rate that it's getting dark, you can either continue to travel and more than likely get to the ship early hours in the morning, but you'll suffer a point of exhaustion, or you can make camp and you'll get there more or less probably by the afternoon or so.
I think resting.
Just based on the increased rate of debris that you're finding and the shaved trees.
I think given what calls this woods home, we're better off making camp and being safe than.
I'm just a bit worried about our squishy friends and getting to them as soon as possible.
Will be no good to them if we're not at our best.
Okay. Yeah, we'll make camp then.
I'm happy to make camp. There's no problem with me. I mean, if there's more of these up there, you never know. Probably want all the strength that you've got. I mean, there's probably going to be a few monsters as well. If there's that blood spatter on that tree, goodness knows what's up ahead.
I think that might have been the fall that got him potentially.
Yeah. And if we come across one of those fucking rancid smelling things again, then maybe we should probably.
More fire, swipey, yeah.
Okay. I guess we'll find someone to camp out.
Cool.
Have a little sleepy.
Spot check from yourself, I guess.
Sleep-a-doo-dah.
And it is a 25.
25. It doesn't take you too long before you find actually a cave at the mouth of what seems to be like a waterfall, kind of running through to like a natural spring. And it takes you a little bit to get up there, but once you do, it's only one entrance in, feels pretty safe and secure, and as it's not really snowed too much today, it's a little bit easier to find wood and supplies for you to kind of make camp for the evening.
Lovely stuff.
Nice. Well, guess we rest up.
Yeah.
Press on in the morning.
Early start. I'm happy to split the watch.
Sounds good to me, yeah. I think could do with a little bit of rest. Feeling fresh in the morning.
I'll take first since it's.
So go ahead and roll a perception check for me.
16.
16. Don't tempt me. I'll do it. So at the top of this cavern, which, as I say, kind of overlooks like a kind of almost waterfall stream-esque that runs down kind of slight decline. It's quite nice. It's quite peaceful. With the 16, the only thing that you really notice is as you're kind of looking out where the trees have somewhat separated as the streams runs out ahead of you to this, a spring. You see a large creature fly overhead.
Scary. I'm asleep. I can ask. Monty, what's that? You don't know? No, me either. No, I think it's a bird, yeah. Okay. No, I can't fly, you know that. Yeah.
I know. But that's it. It's the only thing you really notice on your watch.
Cool. I'll wake Mother up after my stint.
Mm-hmm.
We saw a massive bird.
Oh, jeez. Did you get any details on it, or just...
Very large. Like, as big as a house.
Oh, wow. Would I have known?
But big as a house?
Possibly bigger.
Possibly bigger than a house.
History or nature?
This would be nature.
30, 20.
30-20. Could be kind of there's certain crows that have been warped by the forest. Could be them. Could be a dragon. Yeah. Could be a whole host of fucking terrible things.
Did it have a big tail?
It had quite a long tail.
I've got a long tail.
Oh, right. Jeez, well, this forest does some peculiar things to some of the creatures. So, you know, like, could have seen a dragon, could have seen a crow.
Up to a dragon. I know.
As long as it didn't see you, that's all I'll get, right?
I don't think it was. I didn't stop. I just kept going.
Knock.
Did it look like that? Cool, I'll just, yeah.
Cool. Perception check for yourself.
23.
23. Again, relatively quiet watch. You do see a little bit ways down a couple of goblins washing themselves in the spring. It's about 100 feet away or so. But
Kind of difficult though, just like...
but yeah, other than that, pretty quiet watch. Yeah, unless there's anything else you want to do.
No, I don't think so. It's just not going to roll.
Cool. I'm going to say that will bring you to another full night's rest. Get spells back, get hit points back, and we will wrap there. A little bit earlier than usual, but a slightly different session than usual as well. So yeah, there you go. Yeah, you fought something, you didn't die. So don't feel better about yourselves.
We won. We did good.
You're winners.
Yeah.
Lovely stuff. All right. Well, thank you, Mark, for joining.
Thanks for having me.
Oh,
Very, very much a pleasure.
before we go, since I'm not here next week, Ulysses would almost certainly draw a card at some stage. If invited to.
If invited to.
Again, if the option's there again, he would.
I tell you what. Before we do anything, George, could you pass me that deck of cards onto that book?
Shit.
Because in case it does come up in the next session, we'll just get you to pull the card now and then we can reveal it when you're back. No, that deck.
Oh.
Yeah.
What's from painting?
Yes, this is from Game T.
Nice plug. There it is. Code again? Oh, it's the Briggsy, right? The code THEBRIGGSY.
There you go. Just letters, no numbers in there.
So yeah, this is contingent on the offer being put forward
Exactly.
again, so it's not a sure thing.
And this is just for you.
So don't tell us.
Well, he doesn't get to see it yet. I'll just put it to one side and then we'll reveal it live.
If it comes up.
If it comes up. May never come up.
Well done.
Oh my god, this one.
I can't watch.
Cool. Alright. So we're going to put that there. Oh, it's spam. Oh, I'm going to set on my cushion. Alright, lovely stuff. Okay, so that's there just in case that comes up. But yeah, thank you, Mark, for joining. Very much appreciated. I hope you had fun.
GG's in the chat. Put GG's in the chat.
GG's.
As always, check us out on the various social media platforms under DDandD Pod, TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, you name it, we're there. Also, check out Thinking Critically or Think Crit. Also Game Tea discount code, we've already mentioned it. Patreon, head on over, drop whatever it is they do there. A Patreon. I think that's YouTube as well, of course. See some more video content.
TikTok.
I said that.
Instagram.
I said that.
Twitter.
Fuck you. Yeah, thank you so much for joining us, and we will see you in the next session. Enjoy your time in between. Bye.